Good evening, everybody. I am your host, Jerry Ruiz. Welcome to the Why Not Me podcast. Today, we have DC's own NFL digital media specialist. He has his own podcast, The Unfiltered Truth. And today, it's going to be Phil Jones versus the NFL, Phil Jones versus the nation. Let's go. So, everybody give a big round of applause to Phil Jones.
How you doing, you guys?
So, I appreciate you coming on here, man. I love having the Raider Nation on here, and obviously, when I say versus the nation, we're gonna finally tell your side of it. I'm sure a lot of time they only see one side, so
Yeah.
I want to give you a big round of applause too for your weekend, bro. I know it was a big weekend for you, or a whole week,
Thank you, man.
and that's pretty dope.
No, it was a fun week, man. It was a blessing to be able to get that opportunity. Going 3 years strong in this business. You know, your first time around, you're thinking you try to get everything, but you're gonna get rejected. Second time, you're gonna get rejected. Sometimes that third time around, you get that opportunity, but then sometimes you're gonna end up getting rejected. And here is a lot of rejections. There's a lot of no's, and then you get that one yes. And then you look at what happened like that Monday. It was like you got the yes, and whenever you get that yes, you got to go all in. You got to throw your A game out there. You got to channel in your Mamba mentality.
Hell yeah. I've heard about the mama mentality before.
Oh, not the one when you go 8-8.
Yeah. Well, that's sparking it, okay? He's channeling it. He's trying to get it. But so what do you, I guess this is going to be the first question I ask you. What do you wear to the premiere like that? Do you have to wear a special attire? Do you wear the same attire you wear normally, or is this something completely different since it was the Super Bowl week?
Media, it could be khakis, it could be slacks, polo, suit, tie. You want to look fresh. You want to look presentable. You want to look like, oh, he's that guy that if you're someone that's up and coming and you want to try to be a part of a big network and people like what you're doing, like, okay, he knows how to dress for success. He's asking good questions and whatnot. Let's see if you want to do some work with us. Like, it could be Fox Sports. It's like, hey, would you like to do some work with us on the side? Or it could be The Athletic. Any one of them. But you always got to come out looking presentable and being on your A game, from your hair down to your shoes.
Hell yeah, man. Do I look presentable today?
It's your show, man. You look fresh. You rock. Look, you got the Raider beanie. You got the Raider. What jersey you rocking?
Since Charles Woodson just got inducted into the Hall of Fame, I wore the Woodson jersey today.
Sir, it's clean. It's fresh.
Hell yeah. I've worn it to a lot of Raider games too, so it's pretty good. There's no beer stains or no food stains on it. Look,
To keep it clean like that for years, hey, that's clutch.
Hell yeah. I also bought a autographed photo of Mr. Woodson over there. So
Oh man,
I got it on sale for like $40.
hey, worth it. You hold on to it.
Hell yeah. And then Rich Gannon's on top of it.
You got the Gannon?
Yeah.
You got the Gannon?
Yeah, I got the Rich Gannon photo up there. Don't got his jersey though, which would be nice to have.
If you get his jersey, it's got to be like a Mitchell and Ness.
Yeah, a stitched throwback, but and I'd have to frame it. I wouldn't even be able to wear it.
Definitely.
But in time, there's a couple of them I want, but definitely those are one of the ones I want. I have Rich Gannon, dude, for offense, so that way I can think offensively, I can get going, and then defense, in case you guys try to get me on my toes, I can be like, wait a minute, got to spark those vibes.
I had a friend of mine. He was like, "Man, you know what? this jersey's too big for me, man. You want this jersey? I was like, what kind of jersey is it? It was a Mitchell and Ness Howie Long jersey.
Oh, hi.
I always love Howie Long as much as the Violator. When I got that jersey, it was like, I'm going to be real, I had a corny moment where I was like, I'm going to channel all my Howie Long in right now. All right? I'm going to channel it in. I'm going to take care of business. I think I can run through a wall. My sister was like, so you're going to like get like the Howie Long like flat top? I was like, I don't know about that one, but you know, I'm going to channel it in.
I'm going to hit the first person I see right now. Just...
Right?
You got to get that going. But I guess we'll start with the basics. So on your profile it says you work with NFL digital media. What does that mean exactly?
So really with digital media, it's putting up content. You could be putting up articles. You could be putting up, surprisingly, like video content as well, photos, anything that is focusing around the NFL. The other thing is, if it's towards like podcast wise, or you know, also like if you're covering the game, it could be any of that.
Okay, so pretty much any content related to the NFL,
Yeah,
official and unofficial, right?
yeah. Like once you so like what I had to do, like when I got started, I had to get involved with like NFL communications. And once you get involved with NFL communications, you're basically getting credentialed. And you have that you already get put up in the system, and you're looking to see what team you can cover, who's available. And once you get that opportunity, you have to like just, hey, you're also representing the NFL. You got to know how to carry yourself. You can't carry yourself as a fan. You got to carry yourself as this is a serious job. So I know there's times where like I'm sitting in there, I'm like, you want to go off like, what's going on? Like you just sitting at a regular game, but you have to bring yourself back down to earth and say, hey, wait, let's just sit here, analyze it the correct way, and we'll speak on it during the post game when we do our interviews and whatnot. Or, you know, if you're doing like a show, a halftime show, if you're doing like a pregame show, a postgame show, talk about it on it. You can talk on it, you know. But when you're sitting in that booth, it's just sit quiet. You can talk, but don't do the wild cheering and rah-rah stuff that you do outside, like if you're in the stadium.
Yeah, no, I get it. You like you said, you got to be presentable. You got to be unbiased, definitely.
Yes.
And I get it. You can't make a scene like at everyone's like, well, why can't you do that? Aren't you like, it's the NFL? Well, it's a job too. Like, you can't be at your job like, you know, like something crazy happens. I mean, for most.
Because the thing about it, you're in that room not just with the team that you're covering, but also, you know, the visiting side.
Yeah.
And they're looking at you how you're carrying off. I'm gonna tell you this: it's gonna be one of them that's gonna say, "Let me go on and snitch on this fool and get him out of here."
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like when you have a room full of juries, or you know, when they're picking the jury selection, the lawyers pick who they want in there, and they want someone that'll help them in their side.
And then the other thing about it, you never know. Your boss, whoever you're working for, whatever network you're working for, it's not just going in there to get an interview with the players from the team that you're covering. You could also be going in to get an interview from the opposing squad too.
Yeah. And
you gotta stay neutral, right in the middle.
And so you said you get a pick, or not pick. You can kind of see which teams are available, which are open. How's that process like? You're a Raider fan, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
so
I knew that, but for people that don't.
So with me, I cover it from. It kind of sucks that I have to cover it from a distance. I did look to try to cover for like Bleacher Report, when everything was going big in Vegas. When you talk to certain folks, are like, the best thing for you to do right now, covering your own backyard, just to get your feet wet. I did that. Started with Washington. Got my feet wet with Washington. When it comes to the Raiders, I had my certain connects. And when I had my certain connects, I talked to them. Whether it could just be anybody that's affiliated with the organization. I just chat with them, see what's going on. Whatever they allow me to put out, I put it out.
Yeah. So that's pretty sick. A lot of this is, you said you had connects. A lot of this is kind of having the right connects, right?
Yeah, it really, I'm going to be real. Going into media, and I'm not going to put this down for the folks that have went to school for this and worked their ass off for it. But you can go in, and it's all on how you network, how you present yourself. I had someone message me a couple times. I've had a couple people message me, what can I do? Like, I didn't go to school for this, but I'm really intrigued about going in. I'm really intrigued about trying to do this and that. I said, go find someone to write for. Get used to writing. Now, me, I haven't written that much, but I will put like something like summarize like for like when we had the NCAA tournament, I had read a couple of articles, like little summarization articles, recapping the game and whatnot. But getting yourself used to writing, it helps you when you go into these interviews or, the press conference, asking the coach this and asking that. You're doing your research, your data, compiling your notes. That helps you on the long run with the process. That when I first started, I got a chance to start with the Raider Ramble, and I thank Mario for giving me that opportunity. And then,
what is the Raider Ramble?
Raider Ramble. If you haven't heard about the Raider Ramble,
I have, but I gotta ask these questions for the people that don't know, because you gotta realize this isn't just a specific Raider channel. I have multiple different people.
Okay.
So sometimes I might sound dumb, which just might be me, and then sometimes I'm faking it. So we'll find. I guess we'll see if you can tell.
Man, I ain't gonna do that to you. But the Raider Ramble is basically a little, and they're not even little anymore because they're really growing. Place where you can put your articles up, everything Raider content, whether it's the draft, whether it's regular season, preseason, training camp, anything you want to hear about the Raiders, anything that's a hot topic, you're gonna get it. Anything that's been bugging you about, what's going on in the defense, you're going to hear from guys like Mario Tavar. You're going to hear from my boy CJ. I never forgot CJ's last name. He going to kick my ass. There was times like you would hear articles from like me. You would hear articles from Phil Robinson III. And that is my co-host for the Unfiltered Truth.
Quick shout out and quick plug-in to Phil Robinson.
You know what he's always going to say? You better Google me. Google me, Chuck.
Phil Robinson 1 or 2 is probably going to pop up.
Oh, God, he's going to look. I'm probably going to get a phone call doing this. Like, boy, if you don't put that plug in on me, boy.
For real, man. Just tell me I did and the internet cut out. I don't know what happened.
I was like, you see what happened was, but not. He's been a big help for me. Me and him are both NFL media. We decided, hey, let's go and get started with doing our own podcast. I said, okay, let's see how it goes. He said, let's not bullshit everybody. Because the real reason why I went into doing this, because I feel that when you hear stuff on certain networks, you hear certain articles, you feel like you're not getting the full truth. You feel like you're not getting everything that you want to hear. You're only getting half the story, and it sends everybody on this whole wild goose chase, and then people jump to certain conclusions versus if you're going to give them this, just give them the whole damn thing. And if you do that, people are going to be like, oh, you know what? That makes sense. I can roll with that.
Yeah, and then if you give them the truth too, it's kind of hard for them to like try to put words in your mouth or be like, "Oh, he meant this." Be like, "No, this is what we put out," and unfortunately, whether you like it or not, this is what it is. And being part of journalism, sometimes you gotta report on stuff, the good and the bad, right?
Yeah.
And it's how earlier you were saying you have to be unbiased.
Yeah.
I seen that you were interviewing some Chiefs players, right? And and like it's funny because like I'm sure at first you're like the Chiefs, like man these guys like screw the Chiefs, But once you actually talk to the players, I'm sure like that just like goes away. You're like, oh, this person's pretty dope. Like,
no, that's true. It is actually true. I'm gonna be real. I'm not gonna interview Tyreek Hill. I'm sorry, but not gonna do that. Yeah. But interviewing some of the Chief players, like Chris Jones, just like cracking a little couple jokes with him. He down to earth guy. He's a great guy to talk to. He's a great player. Got a chance to talk to Le'Veon Bell. He's also a good player. And then just listening to him talk about, he was willing to be a part of a running back of committee. And, you're thinking about how you heard all the tweets, all this and that from him with the Jets or him trying to go to a different team from leaving the Steelers. Like, oh, this guy's selfish. He's this and that. But
so like before you talk to him, you're like, oh, he might be like a little diva, not a little diva, but like, he might be like one of these guys.
You get that thought at first, but then that thought leaves your mind when you listen to them like right during the question period, and you're like, it's not that bad. There's some folks that try to hype a story up, and it could try to throw the credibility off on a player, but when you sit there and really interview them and listen to how he spoke on his role, and he had you got to have a little joke moment where it's like, oh yeah, you already know I got my next album ready to go for the Super Bowl, but he was a good guy. He was a good guy to talk to. He kept it real, and it was almost like, damn, I'm happy for him.
Yeah. Well, and then like how you said there's sometimes like they try to throw shade on the guy, or sometimes he did want $20 million. If people thought he was a problem, I mean, maybe that could have knocked down a couple million, So that could be, I'm not saying anything, but that could be Pittsburgh too. Like they're like, well, if we make it seem like this guy's crazy, maybe no one would want him, and we're like, hey, we're your only option. We'll pay you this. Take it. That could always.
And I know a lot of Raider fans like, man, you talk to AB.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You know how many messages somebody was like something like, hey, yo, ask him about his feet. Ask him about them damn feet of his.
Hey, so do you have cold feet for the biggest game of the season?
I had to hold back. I was like, sir, are your feet still busted up?
Yeah. You should have asked him if he came in a hot air balloon.
I put it like this: Tom got him on the right page. It's kind of wild. He did all that just to be with Tom Brady.
Yeah.
But he played to win the game in his eyes. But you see what he went through, and I think he realized how dumb some of the stuff was to go through all of that just to get to that.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like maybe. Well, they wouldn't have traded him to the Patriots anyways. So I get. Yeah, I mean, I don't get why all these teams always help him out, anyways.
But the thing is, but one thing I noticed, he's calm.
Yeah, he's chill. That's
If he can stay calm, you could get old AB back.
we'll see. He I mean, he didn't do too much, but he had that touchdown after Tom Brady was beefing with Tyrann Mathieu.
He did break. Hey, them feet did break Tyronn's ankles.
Yeah. Maybe maybe it was the helmet that helped him out.
I was wondering. I was like, damn, maybe it's reflecting. Maybe it's blinding him.
You should have asked him if he still had his Raiders helmet, since he loved that thing.
Oh, he still has it. If you caught some of his workouts he's done before he signed with Tampa Bay, he still has his helmet.
Yeah, I'd see him like in he'd have like the Patriots, or not Patriots. He had the Steelers pants and like the Raiders helmet. It's just
I was like, man, if he don't stop.
for real. But hey, the good thing is we didn't have to pay him anything, so it ended up working out for both sides.
Yeah, no, definitely that worked out for us. Because I feel like if we were like the Steelers and had to bite on the cap with that would have been Raider Nation really going into panic mode and madness, and
yeah, there would have been a riot. all we lost was a draft pick and building for that year, because we schemed around them.
We lost a draft pick, and then we gained some back, and then.
But at the same time, too, if you plan around one guy and if he goes to get injured, that's not really the best thing either, right?
No, it isn't.
But I guess so. When it comes to your work, what kind of subjects do you normally talk about when it comes to like this NFL media?
Offensively, usually I'm talking about what's going on through a player's mind. What did you do to prep during the week to get ready for this opponent? This is your second time going up against this opponent. They got your number the first time. What did you do differently this time? Or, when it's defense, like, for example, like I was talking with Devin White, and I said Travis Kelce was literally getting free, 8 catches, 80 yards, and he played an impact along with Tyreek Hill the last time you guys played. And I'm like, what are you guys going to do? You guys going to shut him down at the line of scrimmage? You're going to jam him? Lo and behold, they did that. You want to talk about what's their game plan. You don't want to talk where it's like it's going to give away a lot, where like the opponent's going to listen to it, because you'll be shocked. It's always a scout or a player that's going to listen to that person's interview and wonder, he kind of gave away something what they're going to be doing. Let's go on and prep for that. So, Devin White, he didn't give away anything, which was good. But you kind of got the idea what was going on. But you want to talk in depth. You want to talk about key things. I mean, everybody knows. How do you feel about this one? It's going to be talked about, but it's the who, what, when, where you want to basically break down.
You didn't ask him, were you surprised that the Raiders didn't take you beforehand, the pick you were picked at?
A lot. I put it like this. In the situation that I'm in, like how I'm covering, like, working with like post game and working for NFL media, it's like you got to really pick and choose. You got to like narrow down what questions are to truly ask. Now, with AB, I did bring up, brought up about when he was with the Raiders and all that. I did bring up when he was with the Steelers and all, but on his path. But with everything else, you got to like, okay, I don't want them thinking that like I'm just all Raiders, because they're going to be looking for that. They're going to be like, well, hold up. Wait a minute. Is he just going to be asking all Raider questions for like Devin White or Tom Brady or Antonio Brown? You got certain folks in those media rooms that are like really looking and monitoring who they feel like, okay, we can get good questions out of him. Yeah, let's go on and choose him. He's been consistent. He's been asking like that kind of question or that question that we prefer. Because really, it's that Tampa Bay PR, it's that NFL Network PR that's there, and then it's that Kansas City PR that's there. Now, when I got to talk with like CBS, like for the media day, like I got to chat with Amy Trask, Kyle Long, and London Fletcher, so I could it didn't matter. I was gonna throw Raider stuff right there at her.
Yeah,
you better throw a high at Amy. If not, she ain't gonna like it.
Yeah, that's the last one. Yeah. And then at the same time too, so it's kind of messed up, but so the Raiders aren't in the Super Bowl, and they haven't been in a while. So why would you want to tie your anchor to just the Raiders when it comes to your career? They're gonna be like, this is the Raider guy, so we're not gonna have him here for the next year's Super Bowl if the Raiders don't come because he's the Raider guy. He's not the NFL guy. He's not the guy that asks the good questions to anybody. You know. So at the same time, you don't want to burn yourself, right?
Yeah, definitely, and that's why I was like, when I got that opportunity, like with the Super Bowl this year, I was like, you know what? Let me go in strong with these questions. Let me make sure that they're like, okay, we like this. Okay, he's hitting on this topic. He's hitting on that topic. I'm gonna tell you this. Anybody that's looking to get started, anybody's that's starting to put articles out there, you're putting your podcast and you know how to use the algorithms and all. People are watching. People are watching. Like your show. You say it's all Raider fans watching it. It might not just be all Raider fans watching. You might got somebody from like Spotify watching your stuff. Blue Wire podcast watching your stuff. Looking to say, hey, you know what? Let's go and try to give him a contract. We like his content. Let's bring him on.
Shout out to everybody watching my stuff.
Yeah. There are people that watch. They want to see and hear something different. You'd be shocked that there are people around that know certain things than what you hear on NFL Network or ESPN. And I know there are fans that are like, fans right away, they're going to like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, blah, 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 blah. And that happens, okay?
Yeah.
And, you understand that. It's either you want to hear the truth or, you can ignore it. And I'm not going to trip. I can't just shove it down your throat or put a gun to your head like, you're going to listen to this, damn it. So, it is, as I always say, it is what it is. But you got to keep doing what you got to do.
All right, let me write that down. Don't threaten people so they can watch your show. All right, I got that. And, at the same time as I talk to everyone on here, I take a lot of this. I'm like a sponge. I soak up as much knowledge as I can get, and I apply what I can to my life and to my show. So
no, you should. Like when I first got to like cover like a team completely like for an entire season, it was the NCAA. I covered the Big Ten. I covered University of Maryland. So the thing of it is, it's not just college students that are reporters in there. You have ESPN reporters. You got Fox Sports Net. You got the Big Ten Network in there. You have NFL scouts in there. You have NFL officials in there. And they want to see how you conduct yourself. I mean, they're watching the game, but there's always one or two of them that keep a slanted eye, like, how's he conducting himself in there? How is he networking? How is he communicating with people? And then, looking at like the team, the school's PR and whatnot, they're also looking at, can we bring him on for next year? What is he saying? Is he dragging the team? Is he keeping it like fair and balanced? They look for certain things, and that's the same thing in the NFL.
Yeah. They're like, is this guy too quiet? Is he obnoxious?
Exactly. But, let's say, well, he carries a certain. they won't jump to it obnoxious. They'll say, what kind of energy is he? Okay, he carries the energy right when he needs to carry it. When it comes down to post game with the interviews,
Yeah. So
he's like right off the bat, like, okay, I'm ready to answer this. And I'm gonna tell you this: people think it's so easy to do an interview. It's not.
oh yeah, trust me.
It's that moment where you get that like whole stomach drop. You're like, and you had like you had that one stuttering moment. It was one guy that was covering the Raiders, Scott Bear. I've heard him doing his presses sometimes. I think he had a little bit of a stuttering problem, and I don't laugh at that. That is not, it's not funny, because I've had it happen to me, and it can happen to your best person. And there was some folks, during the week that were messaging me like, hey, if you get a little nervous, just do these tips. It helps me. One of the guys, he's a salesman. He was talking to me. He's like, look, I had problems when I talk to customers at the time. He said, look, just look at yourself in the mirror and just keep repeating that same question that you're ready to ask that player or that coach. And, it helped me through the rest of the week. Just little tips. And, I was grateful to have certain people reach out to me and, just talk to me like, just breathe, relax, you're all right. And, one person, like going back from the beginning when I first started, did you watch The Last Dance, right?
Oh yeah. How would I miss
Okay,
that?
so I don't know if you remember this reporter, David Steele.
Which one was he?
David Steele was one of the reporters for Sports Illustrated that was speaking and whatnot.
What did he ask, or what happened?
Yeah, I gotta try to remember it. But he helped me my first year covering the University of Maryland. And he helped me when I was covering Washington as well.
Oh yeah.
So, and then not only him, I had David Aldridge that helped me out as well. Not this past season at Maryland, but year 2.
So
David Aldridge,
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. So how was it? I guess I have 2 questions for you. So how was it having like someone there to help mentor you or guide you towards that? And then on the flip side of it, how you said that there was like NFL execs, ESPN execs, CBS, ABC, Fox Sports 1, whatever, just a bunch of dudes in suits. How was it walking into that room and or into that environment for the first time, and just how was that experience?
Well, one, with being able to have somebody help mentor me, try to give me tips and know what to say right off the tip of my tongue without having any problems. Just circling off key things. Sometimes you can't always rely on your laptop.
Yeah.
Your laptop like that crazy ex-girlfriend. She'll show up when she wants to, and then she'll disappear when you need her the most. And you gotta rely on that old notebook journal, that old composition book. I had to just go back to the basics. You say, go in that book, write under this, make sure you have everything like keynotes. And I mean, yeah, they do give you the stat updates and everything during the game. Keep those sheets, because sometimes you can go back and use those sheets. Well, like I say, for example, Maryland, I say Coach Loxley, you guys, last game you guys had over 300 yards rushing. This week you dropped down to only 98. What happened this week? Were you guys exposed? Were you guys figured out? You just go back to those certain questions, and what he kept continuing to tell me, like, look at this, look at that, and it was like you're like, oh, okay. You just like, okay, I hear it, I got you. But when you walk into that interview, it's like, do you truly have it? And just being around him, just being around his presence, and seeing how he would handle his work, I thank him.
Oh yeah.
The second, being around those NFL executives, or just someone like from ESPN, it's like, make sure your shirt is on that day. Make sure that trimmed up, like facial hair. Make sure you trimmed up. You can kind of keep the little goatee going on, but everything else just needs to be trimmed down. Like you see right here, COVID. I keep the beard going right now, but you gotta look fresh. Yeah. You gotta look well presentable. You gotta. Sometimes you can have your shirt out. You can have the shirt tucked in, but I always say, if you want to feel comfortable, make sure you have like that long sleeve button up shirt during the fall, or just go with a nice black polo, button it all the way up, and you're good to go. Have some khakis or some slacks on, and have some good comfortable dress shoes.
Hell yeah, there's a lot of walking and standing, huh?
When you're walking around these people, try to introduce yourself to them, network with them. Then they're gonna ask you, where are you from? Who do you cover? Oh, I cover it's a little small group. I cover Post Game Central. We're up and coming. Yada yada, blah blah blah. Get them interested where they look at your work.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say the one thing: if you can, have little cards made up with your information on it, where they can reach out to you.
Yeah. So, why are they going to be interested in you if you're not showing any interest in them, right?
Well, the thing about it, you could collaborate with them. You could probably do little freelance work for them.
Yeah.
And if you look, you go on certain places like NBC Universal. When it comes down to, let's see, if you want to try to cover a team and whatnot, they need like a freelance writer to cover for Baltimore or Washington sports, and you'll get paid good. So I mean, it's always something that's out there.
Or maybe their guy is under the weather or something, and maybe
exactly
it's just that opportunity.
You have that backup thing.
Yeah, you never know.
Because the thing about it, from what I've always gathered, with these guys being like reporters and everything, they're on contracts. So their contract could be for like a year, and you're actually doing a little bit better than the guy that they had originally, and you're in at the freelance.
And you're cheaper, right?
Hey, you know what? Let's go and give you this contract, and we'll give you a little bit of extra money than what we were paying you.
Yeah, and it's still cheaper for them.
Yeah.
And they make more money. But you know what? You guys pay Phil, okay?
Pay me.
Give him his money. Don't cheap out on Phil.
Pay me.
I got you. Don't worry, man.
But like just going back to this week, I had some good folks in my corner that helped me.
Oh yeah.
My co-host Phil Robinson, my boy Johnny Pham, Ray, CJ, Mo Moten. I know you've heard of his work, Mo Moten.
No, I haven't, man.
Maurice Moten.
What does he do?
You haven't heard of Maurice? Man, I gotta get you in touch with these guys, man. If you've seen his work for Silver and Black Today.
I might have read articles, but I never look. I don't look at the names too much.
Look at the names. That's what you always want to do, man. Look at the names, get to know them.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Especially if I'm. Yeah, that makes sense. And too, like they're putting in all that work. I mean, I might as well at least recognize who does it, right? Because I,
And they're good folks, man. Like if you ever need like advice and whatnot, those are guys that you would want to reach out to.
yeah, yeah, no, that makes sense. I get it. And like I said too, I just pay the respects because at the end of the day, it's hard to come up with stuff, man. Just cause we make it look easy doesn't mean it is. you know?
I'm gonna tell you one. I'm gonna tell you another guy that really helped me. His name's Alex Flemings, and this guy he covers Tampa Bay. He covers the Bucks. He covers the Jaguars, and we're about like he's a little older than me, but I feel like he has a little bit more work he has a little bit more work that he's put in more than me, and I watched during that week. He put out like a key question at Travis Kelce about Wheeler, the guy that had beat up on his girlfriend, and it had Travis Kelce like just furious. I watched USA Today still try to steal his story, basically steal his question and make it as theirs.
Yeah, as if like if they did all the
And
work.
then Fox News did the same damn thing. This guy was by far one of the hardest working guys during media week for the Super Bowl. And that man deserves a lot of recognition. He got me amped up. He said, Phil, you got that interview. You got that interview. Come on, man. I know you got more in you.
Exactly.
It was like, because it was like, you're like, you sit in these little interview panels. You're like, oh, okay, I got two guys. I can upload that, or I can try to get more. It's like, nah. Try to get another one. I had another guy talk to me, Fago Franklin. He said, I know you want to try to get Tom Brady. You want to try to get Patrick Mahomes. But sometimes you got to go for the B team guy.
Yeah. And you might get...
Yeah, you're right.
They might be hidden gems, bro. You might get some really good content and not even realize it.
No, you're absolutely right. And your B team guys, it started opening up for your A team guys.
It could be that could be your resume builder for the A team guys, right? They'd be like, hey,
yeah,
this Phil Jones guy is pretty sick.
No, definitely.
Or let's just say, like you were covering the Seahawks back in the day, and you see this Richard Sherman guy, right? Like you know how he's kind of like he was under the radar for at least the first year before he got like his 8 interceptions and whatever. But like you're like, oh well, let me interview Richard Sherman, and I'm sure once you interview him, you know how he likes to talk. He likes to be vocal. Yeah, I'm sure you interview him, and like the first person to interview him, they're like, dang, this guy is like legit. Like he's a pot of gold for me. So, and then obviously he would become the A-list guy, but you never know, right? Like you never know what you get.
Oh, definitely. You never know how it's gonna turn out. But, and it's funny, like you got Devin White, and you got a hold of. Like I got a hold of Ronald Jones. That end up being your key guys in that game.
Yeah, hell yeah. I was gonna ask you, were you doing this in person, or was this via like phone or not phone, but like
due to COVID, it's very limited. So I was on virtual, and I was like, I'm not trying to catch this. Not trying to catch it.
Yeah, or it ruined the whole Super Bowl for.
And I've been laid up like, I ain't about that life right now.
Yeah, and you don't want to be the guy that gives the whole team.
Exactly, and then, you get the swab check, and they like, okay, we're gonna go all the way up there, Morty, way up there, and it's like.
Like we got this new test, you got to bend over,
Yeah, I'm not doing that one. Go on and get your shot. Go and get the vaccine.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, I did. I went on to handle that like virtually, and it was still about on the same level as being there, because even the ones that were at the excuse me, even the ones that were like at the Super Bowl, they still had to do it virtually.
Yeah. So
So like,
it was no different anyways to like everyone
yeah,
else.
and that's why I was like, it's always going to be that certain amount of folks they're going to let in for the Super Bowl, and it's like, all right, let me get in, let me see what happens, go big or go home. This year it happened.
So were you doing this like at an office or was this at home when you were doing the interviews?
So a little bit of both.
A little bit of both. And then
Because
before we go
my
any
craft,
further, hold on. How long did it take you to get ready? And then how long would it normally take you to get ready, like if it was a normal situation? So
like normal situation, like if I was like going to it,
yeah, like if you were like at the actual event.
if I was at the actual event, it's gonna take me about a good 10 minutes. Like, I mean, I'm booking feet. Like, first things first, you want to make sure you look presentable, so you gotta rush to that bathroom. Like, okay, wipe the face off, just get your comb, pull it off, trim. Just, you want to look good. You want to make sure you do it good, but you want a time limit. You want to make sure you got all your paperwork all in order. Head out. You want to make sure if you're using your laptop, or you using a composition book, you got to make sure that's set up. You have your tripod, your mic, and then you're holding that mic out. You want to make sure that it's getting clear. You're getting that clear volume. There's no feedback, and man, that had me a flashback, man. I was thinking about when I was covering the NCAA tournament. Like just running through the Capital One Arena, like, wait, where's the room? I got lost.
Oh, no, that's not good.
I was booking feet.
You're in the locker room. Let's go.
So like you leave from like where the press box is, and that's like to the tippy top.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if you got vertigo, yeah, SOL.
Yeah. Well, hey, it's not for the weak stomach, right? Anyway,
Man.
that job.
So I get down there, I'm like, hold up. Now I think I took the wrong floor down. Then I went down another floor. They're like, no, that was the right floor. And I went back up.
Yeah.
And then I'm looking around, I'm like, okay, wait, which one? And you're talking to the people like, where's the locker room? Where's the locker room? Oh, you're gonna go down that way, you're gonna make a right, and then you make a left, then you make a right, and then you make a left. And you gotta try to remember that. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta hurry up. And then you look at your phone, like one of the guys that I knew that was there, he was like, hey dude, they're getting ready to start. I'm like, how many minutes? 3. I'm running. It's hot in the Capital One Arena. I'm sweating bullets.
Yeah, let's go.
I literally had to be quick, fast, in a hurry. When I got to the locker room, I went before anybody was taking a shower. I was like, I need some paper towels. I was like, I'm hitting my face. I'm like, oh, whoo, ha, ha, armpits, ha.
Yo, give me the water boy. Where's the water boy?
Luckily, look, and that's why you always look. When they have water there, make sure you always grab about 3 bottles of water. You got to stay hydrated. So I took a quick swig, got in there, got to make my interview and whatnot. But, you know, like when you're covering like a football game, it's like, okay, they already like direct you down there. But it was like so much going on. You had other games getting ready to get started and whatnot. And then you got to try to hurry up and run up back and get ready for that other game.
Yeah, no, that sounds pretty, sounds interesting. It sounds, like controlled chaos.
Yeah, I mean, you can say controlled chaos.
A little uncontrolled on your part that day, but
Man,
is it usually a little smoother than that?
say that was the one day that it was just like crazy. But when it comes to like college football games or NFL games, they were calm.
Yeah.
They were definitely like you had like a time frame. They always say, hey, if you're media, blah blah blah, you head on down. You got about a good like 10, 15 minutes. Usually like people head down when there's about like a minute or two left in the game. Now, if you know that the game is out of arm's reach for a team, you head down there.
Yeah.
If you know that there's about a minute or two left and that team is down by one or they're tied up, you're sitting your ass right there waiting for everything to go down because you don't know if this is going to overtime.
Exactly. Or you're gonna be like, well, so how was it that you guys? How are you guys tackling the loss, or how are you handling the loss? Or what? We won a game-winning field goal at the very last second. Yo, oh shit.
You know what's wild? Somebody actually did. Somebody actually did make that question. Back when I was with when I covered 1 year with Washington.
Oh, nice.
Jay Gruden was like, we actually scored again.
Yeah.
I'm looking at dude like, it was like a meme. I'm like, you done messed up, bro.
You're on the background. You're like, no. Like, don't say it.
Like it just happened, and I was just like, I was just like, I'm not gonna look at you, bro. I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna just.
Yo, well, I'm glad that wasn't me.
It's just like you think about it, you're like, dude, they just gave you like some like the media flyers too.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're praying to God that this is not like a live stream, and it's not on like
what if
cold hard takes.
Yeah. What if they're like, oh well, I'm just used to the Washington football team losing, so I just
see, then you're like, you done messed up, Charlie. You done messed up.
Yeah, that sucks being live too, or well, like you're just in front of everyone. That's a little awkward.
That's why that's why I always prefer to like record it, and you can like kind of like edit and chop that piece out if you need to. Like, if you kept asking like more questions, like, okay, we're not gonna just show that piece. We're just gonna get this piece in, and then we'll go on from that.
Yeah. Well, that's why you'd be like, well, you see, that's why you're a coach and I'm not. You gotta flip that quick. You gotta do something with it, because man, that doesn't look good. But and so you said part of it was at home and part of it was at a different location where you would do the meetings at, right? How does that work?
Yeah, I would actually be at work. I was like, look, I still gotta make my money.
Yeah.
So, making a little bit of that, but I'm making a lot of this at my job right here. So, nobody, being an essential worker, there ain't nobody in there.
Oh, okay. I won't. We won't tell them. But
right. Let's keep it that way.
Freaking Jeff you're in the lunchroom and Jeff is in the background just ordering like a soda from the vending machine.
No, you know what's funny? I had two of my coworkers in the background when I was talking to Bruce Arian.
Yeah.
And it caused me to go, hey, hey, coach, how you doing? And I was like, congratulations on making the Super Bowl. I was trying to like talk a little bit louder so he couldn't hear them in the background.
Yeah.
Had one of them was like, dog, he really blew that bathroom up, man. And I'm like, you gotta be shitting me, bruh.
He's like, yeah, that's what he did.
He said, bruh, man, it's still floating. And I'm just like, God, please let me finesse this.
Yeah.
I won't drink for the rest of the week. Please.
That was a lie.
No, I didn't drink.
Uh,
After that, I was like, I ain't drink for the rest of the week because I managed to finesse it. So I was like, okay, deal's a deal.
and we'll get to the one of the questions you asked Bruce Arians in a little bit towards the end.
Okay.
I'll have the video of you on there. I obviously got to show your good work, man. Like,
I appreciate it.
yeah, no problem. That's just funny. It's hilarious. So the reason I made this podcast, so the name of it, Why Not Me? It's not just for just me, but let's just say someone wants to get in this field of work that you do, right?
Yeah.
Like, I want them to know the ins and outs of it. Like, obviously they're not gonna figure out everything, but at least some stuff, the basic stuff. Where every job is different, everybody does everything different. But why not me, the person watching? Like, well, why can't I do it? Why not me, right? That's the whole point of it.
No, and I like when I saw the name of it, I was like, okay, I like this because you're like, I kind of got the idea where you're going with it. And I was just like, okay, people want to hear about what I had to do and what it takes. I mean, I want to share that. Like, that's why I put these, like on my page, I put like the post-game interviews or any interview I do. Like, I want everybody to see, like, I want to share that with everybody.
You just wanted to flex on everyone, bro.
Nah, bro.
You're just flexing. Don't even lie.
I swear, bro. Honestly, I swear. I could care less because, like, there were times that I had, like, my Washington interviews up there and nobody really cared.
Yeah.
And I wanted people to know my journey. I wanted people to know that I'll be 30 in April.
No, happy birthday.
You don't have to be, and like, it was somebody that I also know that has been in this business too. He kind of went the same path. His name is Rudy Reyes. He's in his 50s. He went about the same path as this. And I put it up there because I want folks to know, if this is your dream, if this is something that you truly want to do, you have to build your craft. You have to put everything up where people can see what you're doing. Forget the folks that say that, oh, you're just doing this for clout. I'm not doing this for clout. I'm doing this so folks can see my journey and what I'm doing.
Take it easy on me. Relax. Huh? I said, take it easy on me, bro. Relax. I was just kidding.
No, I ain't talking about you, man. I ain't talking about you. But, like, you want people to see the work that you put in. And just to give some people hope, like, hey, if there's something that you're doing out there, if you're doing filming, damn it, go for it. I know a guy that I went to high school with. He's doing film and shit. He's practicing his craft on that. He's working on the damn piano now. And he sounds good.
Hell yeah.
I know it's almost like guys that, like, are at a certain age, like you can be in your 30s or 40s and 50s and 60s, and you're going back to school for, like, to get your degree. It's just like that. When you hear people say that it's too late, it's never too late.
It's not too
it's
late.
Never too late
unless you say it's too late. Doing.
Exactly. And I think that's why I do it. That's why I put my stuff out there. If you thought that you couldn't do it before, and then fast forward to now, you matured, you're like, you know what, F it, I can do it.
Hell yeah.
Screw all that shit. I can do it.
Hey, and sometimes immediate results, I mean, yeah, they're nice, but when you have to wait the long term, it makes it that much better, right?
Nah, you're right. No, you're right. But
and then one more thing too, bro.
Yeah.
Hard work deserves recognition. So you share all the stuff you do, man, because a lot of times, like, not even with just like your type of job, but with everyone. A lot of times, people bust their ass and they don't even get a thank you from their boss. They just get a, all right, well, go do this now, or hey, you know what, like that's all right, like So
No, that's real. That's real, and I feel like it's a lot of folks that bust their ass. Whether like it's not even this, you're a welder, you're
what you gonna say? Well,
I'm being real. You're a technician.
they only deserve
You're
50%
on
of
them damn
their pay.
ladders, or you climb up a damn telephone pole with 30 mile per hour wind, trying to hook up some damn Xfinity.
Yeah, welders only deserve half their pay though, so calm down.
Man, no, look. Hey, look, like I said, them welders, man, they make dope money.
No,
They
yeah,
do.
yeah.
That's a fact. And I work, it's funny. I work with a couple of them, and I brought that story up, and I was just like, he said if I ever met him, I'm gonna weld a foot up his ass.
Hey, if you say welders don't deserve the money or welders aren't important, go let your kid play in a freaking jungle gym and let that thing snap in half because they did
Facts.
shitty work.
Facts.
But
Nah, definitely. Like, I figure, like, hey, I call my show with my co-host Phil Robinson, The Unfiltered Truth. I want to give you guys the truth. You want to know what I'm doing? I'm going to give you the truth. You want to know what's going on with your team? I'm going to give you the truth. You want to know this is fact or fiction? Damn it, I'm going to give you the facts.
yes, sir. And
I'm not going to waste your time on fiction and bullshit.
So what I'm referring to about, well, I don't know if he said the welding part intentionally, but this guy named Raider Cody got into a online Twitter beef with a fan or a non-fan, I guess, and he said that welders.
I ain't a fan. He actually, he writes on the side for the Raider Ramble.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
Oh,
you
that,
got-
I didn't even know.
yeah,
That.
hey, and if you guys like articles, you like Raider news, go check out the Raider Ramble. And if you like the stuff at Silver and Black today, check out Maurice Moulton and Phil Robinson III's articles.
I just wouldn't feel right talking about someone and not mentioning their name. I'm not gonna, like sneak
Yeah.
disses,
No, bro, I feel you.
Yeah.
I keep it real. I keep that same energy. And what he did to Austin that day, that shit wasn't right.
Yeah. Like I was saying earlier too, we should all be together and help each other on this. He's an online personality. You're online, well, more than online, but you do online stuff. I'm an online guy, obviously not as big as you guys, but at the same time, like instead of breaking each other down, we should build each other up. I know it sounds super corny, but it's
No,
it's
you
true.
know what? No, that's not. Don't even say that's super corny, because you know what? It's not. And you look at what's going on in society today. It's like everybody's at each other's throats. Everybody's is one faction to another faction with shit. And you know what? Society is not supposed to be that, because that contains society will crumble. We should help each other out. We should be working together. But I will put this out there. If you're going to drag someone that is a hard worker for the livelihood, I will have a problem with that, no matter what.
Yeah.
But in all honesty, look, Raider Nation, and I know you guys are listening. We're listening right now. The whole car hate, car stand, whatever this shit. Look, let's go and put that shit to the side, man. Look, we just want this team to win.
Yeah.
And we should be able to have conversations where it shouldn't lead to like
Animosity.
trash talking, or being racist to other fans. It shouldn't have to come down to that.
There should be no
Better
animosity,
than
right?
that. Exactly.
And I'm gonna go into this towards the end of it. We're gonna talk more about fan base, the civil war of the Raider Nation.
Man, it is civil war right now.
And it's terrible. There's a lot of stuff that lead up to it that has led to this point. But we'll get onto that. And I'll look forward to that. But I don't know Raider Cody personally. I haven't talked to him. I haven't come
Yeah.
across to him. I've watched his videos sometimes, but what he does on his own, just whatever you do, if you're an online personality, I mean, if you're a public figure, even a small one, like obviously Raider Cody's not like a big old celebrity, but he's a public figure, right? He puts
Yeah.
himself online. Sometimes you're gonna get hate, and sometimes you gotta be bigger than it, bro. I mean, who am I? I don't judge anyone. I've done a lot of stupid stuff.
Yeah.
I have
Mhm.
skeletons in my closet. Um, so just I don't know. Just if you want to be out there, there's gonna be people that try to tell you stuff. Whether whoever started it, I don't know. Who cares? To be honest, I really don't care. But just it doesn't look. Sometimes you got to be the bigger man, right?
No, you're right. Absolutely. And when you have certain platforms, like I have my platform, you have your platform and all that. That's why, like me, I I was talking with my co-host, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna have to get away from dropping the F bombs and everything, unless we get like that whole blurt button, we be like, beep. You can, you know, I'm gonna have to, I gotta cut it out, because
I want that monetization. No.
you know, cause I'm just like, we're our brand is growing, and I've noticed that I've had teenagers, like high school students, like, I mean, yeah, they cuss and all that,
Oh,
like,
they love that shit, bro.
yeah, but I got to tone it down a little bit
I know.
because it was funny because I'm a coach,
Yeah.
and I've actually had some of the parents listen. They were like, "Now, Phil, I love your show, but I can't let Tommy listen to this joint because Tommy gonna be running back saying, "Hey, yo, what the?"
Do you really gotta call yourself Phil fucking Jones? Phil, come on.
Man.
And you know what? The less you curse, the times you do curse, it makes it more impactful.
No, that's true. Like, I was like, let me just like, I hit it doing like that heat of the moment thing, but if it's just a cuss to cuss, that ain't it.
Yeah.
But
it's not a pronoun.
like I said, it's people that, and the other thing is there are people that are watching.
Yeah.
There are people that are watching your content now, and they are like, if I were to bring you onto the show, you going to be cussing up a storm all the time, or can you hold back and you just have a normal conversation with your show and just say, well, I don't agree with what John Gruden and Mike Mayock is doing, instead of you saying like, man, F what John Gruden and Mike Mayock's doing, and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I'm not gonna lie, a part of it is like maybe like 10% of it is the monetization part.
Yeah.
That's 10% though. In all honesty, I don't even think I'm gonna make any money off of like YouTube, because I'm pretty sure the stuff I do talk about is there's times I'm not family friendly. So
always remember, put that viewer discretion is advised button on there.
yeah, exactly. I need to make a little warning. Like the jackass.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't play the music though. I'm sure they take it down. But yeah, I don't know. It's just like you said, there's people you don't know who's watching. I don't know my age demographic yet who watches this, but I honestly made this for teenagers, so when they're getting out of high school, they can see that there's different stuff other than college. Like. And
so yeah, once you get a hold of that age demographic, then you're like, okay, now I can kind of swing this way. Like, I managed to get an idea of it. Like, I've been getting from age, I say like, we'll say from 20 to age 60.
Yeah, that's a big. That's a big gap right there.
Like, it could go eight. Now, if you had it going where it's like from age 14, then I'm like, hold up, wait a minute,
That's
I
who.
can't curse.
That's who you want though. They're the ones that watch. Will watch everything.
No, that's true.
But
But it's like nowadays, like when I'm like when me and Phil Robinson are doing our show, it's a battle with some folks. You know, it's you
Phil
trying to tell.
Phil Robinson's a bad influence on you, is what you're saying?
Oh no! I'm saying when me and him try to tell folks the truth, it's just like it's sometimes like look, you got folks that are gonna listen to it and be like, I see what you're saying now, and then you have some folks was like, this is fake news. This can't happen. This no, they would never do something like that.
Oh, Donald Trump watches your show.
I don't know if he watches the show.
I'm sure.
He said business is booming. The numbers are huge, and many people will say that the unfiltered truth is grade A quality work.
It may be controversial, but sometimes the truth hurts.
Controversial? No.
I'm sure Donald Trump sees two black guys and he's like, skip. I'm just saying.
Oh man.
It's just
Nah, hey, like I said,
unfiltered truth, right?
I keep it real. I keep it real with everybody. I keep that same energy. I'm not going to back down from what I say. What I said is what I say. I'm not going to delete it. It happened.
And if I'm wrong, I can sometimes accept I'm wrong.
I eat crow. You know?
Yeah.
I don't use. Look, I don't like deleting myself. I'm like, look, I said it. Okay, I was wrong. If somebody wanted to say, what really happened, Phil, is this, you're on path with it, but, you just got the wrong wording right. I was like, okay, all right, I'm wrong, you guys. I'm sorry. To clarify, this is what happened. I own up. I'm not going to delete it or run away.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to stand by with what you said and, just quote tweet it and just say that, my apologies. I was incorrect on this. And when you can accept that, when you can accept accountability, especially with your brand, people do realize that. People do understand that, okay, you're not always perfect. Exactly. We make mistakes. And the fact that you're willing to admit that you were wrong on that, you bring in more fans.
Exactly. Because they'll see you're human. They'll see that you're not just some machine. You're not just a piece of a business. That you make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. Who's perfect other than me? Who? Yeah. But and then like you said, you don't delete what you posted, even if you were wrong. You're not saying that you're gonna be stubborn and stick with it if you realize you're wrong. But how are you gonna learn from your past if you ignore it? Right.
Right. I say there's only one thing that had to get deleted, but this was like finding ground and finding peace, Yeah.
Let me just bleep out everything you're gonna say, and I'll be the one to hear it. I don't got that technology. I'm sorry.
I say after that Chargers game, I made a meme. It was Max Crosby on a milk carton. Mind you, that game, Max Crosby didn't have no sacks, no tackles. And everybody always like to say, well, he got pressure. I'm like, you went up against a backup right tackle. You didn't get anything. I'm going to put you out there. Long story short, I get a message. I got it from Max.
Yeah.
Max went off on me, and I was just like, well, what do you want me to say? I mean,
The tape don't
what
lie,
happened
Max.
in that game, bro?
The tape don't lie, right?
I mean, the film don't lie. I don't pay this amount of money to just skim through film. I look at it, and you weren't there. Whether they said you got pressure or not. But long story short, Max, he's a young guy and he wasn't feeling it. He said some words. It got back to like some of my friends about what was going on. And then somebody tweeted about it. And then people were wondering what happened. Then people started messaging me what happened. And I put it out there. I said, you want the truth? Here's the truth. And then there's some folks like, damn, he really went that way. And mind you, people like, oh, ha, 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 ha. He was right. He called you a fat ass. Yeah, ha, ha.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, you're wrong. You're wrong. You don't know what you're talking about.
I'd like to see you on the field, yeah.
I don't see you there. I played the game before. I didn't play NFL, but I played football before, and I studied the game. And what's funny, it's the folks that you never probably ever seen play the game before that are triggered by it. Now, mind you, 24 hours, I say within 24 hours, Max apologized.
Yeah.
Water under the bridge, we squashed it. I said, look, everybody is frustrated after that game, heat of the moment kind of thing, all love, put it under the bridge. But, there's always some folks that there's always some folks when they try to battle you within Raider Nation. You are the guy that got into it with Max.
Yeah, you're the Max hater.
Called you out, you some bitch.
Yeah. And then
I'm just looking, I'm like, bruh, we squashed that and you're still talking about news that clearly you don't know.
Yeah, and at the same time too, yeah, people could tell you stuff like, oh, well, like maybe, you said they called you fat ass and stuff. But
Yeah.
at the same time, you're not the one that's getting paid millions to be out there. Or since he's on his rookie contract, maybe hundred thousands. I don't know exactly.
I mean, damn, they made it. I ain't see y'all had this energy when my man went up ready to square up with Donald Penn. Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit.
For real.
And it was just like, I'm gonna be real. I did not expect that shit to blow up. I really didn't.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
Oh, can I ask 2 questions? You can answer
up?
them or not answer them. Like I said, this is your episode, but
I'm all ears, man.
this is also my show. Mine. Everybody, this is my show.
This is his show.
But-
Look at him. He's the captain.
Yeah, but who leaked it? And then were you in contact with Max Crosby before this?
So the tweet, like I said, when people wanted to know what was going on, and I kept getting people messaging me about what happened, what's going on, I say, you know what? And I was in that mode. I was like, you know what? F it. Y'all want to know? Here. Boom. Put it up, posted it, tweeted it. Wasn't me looking for sympathy or anything. It was just me. It said, you wanted the truth? I give you the truth. What's the second question?
Were you in contact with Max Crosby before this? Like, was this your first time talking to him, or did you guys kind of talk on?
I hit him way back. I try to get the rookies out on try to get them on the show. Like, you're a 4th round rookie or 3rd round, or anybody want to try to get you out there where people know who you are. People know, okay, this is the kind of player that we're getting out of him. Because, I try to put together, certain things, and if there are any highlights of them, try to show it before like a show where people can see like, oh, this the guy's real. This guy's the real deal. We got somebody good. There's some people that watch like different highlights of these players, and there's some that don't. And they're still wondering like, what do we have in this player? And you want to try to give him try to give him the spotlight that he can get. Try to get your name out there, get all the recognition that he can get out there. And he was just trying to reach him during that time frame. Wasn't able to. It was all good.
Yeah.
I don't sweat. I don't trip.
If it makes you feel better, I've messaged Max Crosby asking if he'd be willing to be on the show. He didn't respond. So we talked about rejection and not hearing back.
And it happens, yeah. It truly happens. Like the thing about it, and it's wild. So I give you a tip. During the off season, that's when you want to try to reach a player. Basically, try to look up who their agents are. Get in contact, schedule something. Just say that, I just want them on the show for about like 15, 30 minutes or so. Don't say like, just keep it basic, keep it simple, and nothing that's going to take them out of their element.
What childhood trauma caused you to be the person that you are today?
Damn.
Why are you so angry?
Angry? Wow. Is it because I'm black? I'm an angry black man?
Oh, hey, calm down. He's getting mad.
I've had enough of this.
No, it's just it's crazy. It's a crazy line. Post Malone did not respond to me either. So
you know what? I'm still waiting on Joy Taylor to respond to me, man.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Did you see that clip? Did you see that clip of Colin Coward?
Did he?
Yeah. I'm at Cities.
Man, I was like, so this man hungry. Okay.
Yeah, he's thirsty. Well, he's not hungry. He's thirsty.
He ready to eat. All right.
Yeah, dude. I was like, what was he thinking of?
Nah. It's funny. Somebody said, somebody put out a question, childhood trauma. So, I put it like this. One of the reasons why I really did strive to continue doing this, when I went into year 2, I wanted to really, truly elevate my game. Year 2, I kind of had a little bit of a funk. I lost a good friend. He got murdered by his neighbor.
Damn, sorry to hear that, man.
And it really affected me mentally. I didn't want to cover anything. I didn't want to. I was just done. I was mentally gone. That was when I truly said depression had really sat in on me. I called this kid like he was the black version of Tony Stark. This kid could put together any algorithm. He could put together any formula. He was working on like IT and robotics.
Yeah. I was going to say, was he like War Machine? But never mind.
Man, like they were working on like a prosthetic limb where you connect the electric wiring to the nervous system where it was 3D print, and the hand, it almost looked like a normal hand again. He was working on something big. This kid was Tyreek was a smart kid. He graduated from college earlier from North Carolina A&T.
Do you mind me asking how old was he?
21.
21. Damn. That's he didn't even get to enjoy, the 21 and after, man. Because once you hit 21, I think that's the you get your complete freedom once you're 21.
I put it like this. Tyreek was that kid, soft spoken, but had a lot of energy, fun, positive energy to be around. Tyreek was one of the like during that time frame before I was getting ready to start year two of my season. He was one of the reasons why like my platforms took another level. He told me like he started because like really at the time I'm like, you're figuring out like your whole podcast stuff. You figure like you didn't really understand like the algorithm. Me, I didn't really understand all the algorithms and whatnot at the time, but he pointed it out to me. He said these are the key words you need to reach out for that one, reach out for that one, put that out there, set it up like this. Lo and behold, my numbers, our numbers for our show started to pick up. I showed him, I was like, bro, man, like what you just showed me, I need to bring you on the show, bro. Like, I said, anything you need, man, let me know. Like, you're considered my little brother. And, I was like, look, you know what? Since this man had helped me, mind you, this is during the time Avengers Endgame. It came out. It was getting ready to come out. We got front tickets. I was like, dude, don't even worry about paying me back. You already helped me enough. Bought him his tickets for the movie. That I didn't see him that day. I kept wondering where he was at when we was at work, and then I looked at my phone, seeing that it was his neighborhood. I was like on the news. I was like, what the hell is going on? And I kept messaging him and tried calling him. Nobody picked up. And lo and behold, it was his neighbor that was in the standoff. And they said one victim, the neighbor had shot him, and I couldn't believe it. It was gut wrenching. It was like I was in a whole entire nightmare, because then it's like he didn't have anybody up this way, and I didn't know what to say to his mother. I didn't know what to say to his father, really.
Shoot, you didn't even have answers yourself. Like, how can you give them any answers or like help consolidate them when you needed that consolidation, right?
And I tried, like fast forward now, like I try to check in on his mom from time to time, and what made it worse with this whole situation, they let the guy out. They let him plead insanity, and this man knew what the hell he was doing. And that's what hurts me the most. I still to this day bugs me. But then a part of me thinks to myself, Tyreek will want me to continue to craft my skills, to craft what I do, and to be able to help others like how he helped me. And I wish a lot of folks met him. That man was a gentleman and a scholar.
Sounds like a great man. So I don't know if you could tell. I joke around a lot. I goof around a lot, but I think we're gonna dedicate this episode to Tyreek.
Speaking of that,
and let's take a drink for Tyreek, man.
For you, bro.
Yeah, it sucks. All that potential gone away just for someone that doesn't deserve it. Talking about the neighbor, of course.
Yeah. and a hell of a this kid, man. I tell you, I was trying to learn. He's like, he didn't know if he wanted to be a Carolina Panther fan anymore. I was like, bro, come to Silver and Black, bro.
Yeah.
You have all the tequila you want.
Oh, he was a tequila guy.
You with all the Raiderettes you want. Man, he hell of a kid.
Yeah.
I think about him every day, man.
Well, I think one of the best ways you can honor his memory is by just keep doing the best you can, man. If that's what he wanted for you.
And that's what clicked in my head. Coming out of year 2, it was like I could have did better than what I originally did. I know. I always say this whole no excuse routine, and I know he would have been like, "Bruh, step your fucking game up." And we go into year 3 now. Year 2 and year 3. That's what I had to do.
Yeah, I'm reaching that level for you, bro.
And
hey,
I'm gonna tell you this.
Go for it.
I'm gonna just keep pushing. I'm gonna keep pushing, keep striving.
I'm not Tyreek, and I didn't know him, so I can't say what he would think, but I'm sure he would have been pretty proud of you, and especially last week, just you reaching one of the biggest platforms of what you can in your career. Obviously, that's not the end. You're gonna keep it pushing.
Oh, absolutely, man. I'm gonna keep it pushing. You ever hear the term like, I'm with you in spirit, whether like they're alive or dead? Like I said, and my boys that I called out that were a big help to me during the week, they were with me in spirit, and damn, Tyreek was there as well. He kept me motivated. Cause I kept hearing in my head from each and every one of them, don't your ass punk out. You better not go on here and start stuttering, getting all nervous. You need to suck it up, get it together, get your head in the game. They gave me tough love. Tough love is what I always enjoy. And I'm blessed to have them. I'm blessed to have them in my life, even for a short time.
Like I said, bro, just the best way to remember him is just to do what he wanted you to do, man. Just keep it pushing, bro.
Yeah.
And R.I.P. to Tyreek. And condolences to his family, because that's a tough one.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
But hey, man, like I said, if you weren't out here, doing the best you can, then you would kind of be, wasting his love for you. So let's keep it going,
definitely.
bro. Keep it going. And it's tough, bro. I appreciate you sharing that, because obviously it's not easy to talk about. Well, it's easy to talk about Tyreek. It's just not that situation.
Yeah, no, it's a tough. It's tough to talk about, and being a man, just being a man, and being a black man, and just really being a man of color. Like even you, we've always been like told like suck it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold it.
I might look white, but I'm Mexican, so.
Ruiz.
But my first name's Jerry.
Oh God. Mental health. That shit's real. It's real, and being able to express what's really going on with you is the best thing. Holding back something like what happened to Tyreek, that was one of the worst things I was doing during that time period. And being able to express it and get it off my chest, it was a process. It wasn't like right away. Like this was something that it took time. It took certain folks to try to talk to me, like to really get that off my head and to try to come to peace with it. It's not the easiest thing, and I know his mom is not really getting there, like trying to come to peace with everything right away, and that was her baby, you
I was
know.
gonna say she's never gonna be able to come to
Yeah,
terms with it,
no,
man.
definitely. And I think some people like know me, like they know what I say. If I'm gonna get ready to do something, I'm gonna get ready to do something. So there's some folks that are like, Phil, we might have to hold you down for a little bit, cause they're thinking like, oh, he about to go Hawk smash on somebody.
What position did you play in in
Uh, you know what's funny? I played Rodney Hudson's position,
your center?
and I played Max Crosby's position and Mo Hurst's position.
It's a defensive end and defensive tackle. Were you in football during this time too, or no?
Hmm?
Were you playing football during this time?
No, no, no. When this happened?
Yeah, this was recent. This was kind of
No,
recently, right?
no, this was recent.
Yeah, that's right. You said end game, so
Yeah, yeah, man.
yeah, I'm sure you still wanted to go hit people though. you know.
I just took it out in the gym. I took it out in the gym. You know, went on some hikes. Maryland, they got some areas where you can really hike around, and I just had to scream it from wherever I was. If you could hear it from that distance, damn, I'm sorry, but I had to get it off my chest.
Yeah. Hey, man. It's better you get it out that way than some dumb way, you know.
No, definitely. And I know he would have been pissed off if I did some dumb crap. And
Yeah. Waste your life too.
it wouldn't have been fun. It wouldn't be fair for anybody else.
Exactly. It wouldn't be fair for Tyreek either, bro.
No, definitely not. But right now, pushing to keep the craft going, had it be silky smooth, let it be strong. I want everybody. That's why I say I want folks to be able to sit in on my journey.
Yeah.
I want people to see that. Yeah, I went through about 100 no's and I got about 10 yeses.
Hey.
I want everybody to know that what I do, I'm not doing just for fun. I'm doing it because I feel that each and every one of you guys deserve to get the full story. And I don't care if you're what your political affiliates are. People have said the same thing. I don't want no fake stuff. I want the real stuff. So, all right, damn it, you want the real stuff? I'm gonna give you the real stuff. You want all of it, all of it, okay? You want all the milk and cookies? All right, I give you all the milk and cookies. Damn it.
Nah, put those cookies away, bro. I'll eat them all. I can't control myself when it comes to cookies, bro. And worst comes to worst, if no one's listening, I'm listening, bro.
Nah, that's definitely real.
Yeah, so that's how I see it with my show too, man. If no one watches this, well, guess what? I'm experiencing it.
Hey, all I say is, look, they missed out.
Yeah, exactly. And I got plans in the future too. Like I said, I'm trying to get Raider people on here, whether it's about YouTube personalities, actual players, whatever. Just anything to do with the Raiders. I might have, maybe before the season starts, I'll have a group meeting. We could talk.
No, definitely, man.
I'm probably gonna. This sounds funny, but I'm gonna have the Why Not Me Awards. Because I have different categories of people. I've had musicians on here, so I'll have like the group of the Raiders, probably like who got the most views, and I'll give you'll get an award. I'll have you guys do a little speech and everything. It's just yeah, it's stupid, but it's content, bro. I gotta make content.
I'm thankful for this award.
I think. And the best way to win is to just slide me some money through Cash App or PayPal or.
No, now that sounds rigged.
It's the name of the game, baby. That's show business. They just call it donations and sponsors, and they just name it different.
I slide you 250.
Well, he slid me 350. Nah, but I'm not there yet. One day, one day.
Don't worry, you'll get the 250.
Yeah, shit. I'll be happy even if it's just $2.50. I'll take it.
Exactly. 250. 250, sir.
So, this might be hard to think of. This might be easy to think of. It probably sounds like a crazy question, but it's not. Who have you interviewed?
Wow. I've interviewed. Damn. That's a good list. College levels, college rank. I got a chance to interview Trey Watson, Anthony McFarland, who plays for the Steelers now. I've been able to interview former Raider Anthony Dorsett, former Raider Tim Johnson. I got to interview Lynn Bowden Jr. back when we had drafted him.
Yeah, the Dolphins player.
Yeah, I got a one-on-one interview with Adrian Peterson at the end of the game.
Oh, nice.
So it's like that was moved up in the record books.
Was that like last year, 2 years ago?
That was like back when he was with Washington. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
bro, I would have been pumped on that. Like, even though,
man, no, definitely I was. It was a blessing to be able to interview him after he just literally passed Sean Alexander in the record book. Like, I can always go back and look at him. I'm like, damn. I interviewed him.
That was a historic moment, and I gotta be there.
Man, I was telling him, like, dude, when he was a free agent, I was like, dude, just come on to the Raiders. You can be with Josh Jacobs. That'd be a nasty 1-2 punch. Receive out the backfield, and you can average about 4 yards a carry. And
we got a line, bro. You should have just told. We got a line, and our backups are good too.
I'm right, man. I was like, please. But then you gotta. It's on John and Mike. I'm like, But it would have been interesting. It would have been a good move. Because he was solid with Detroit this year. I was like, I wouldn't have minded him being that number 2 back with him.
Do you know him as, what do you refer to him as? AP or AD?
AP.
AP, exactly. I remember when everyone started saying AD, I was like, nah, bro, it's AP. Adrian Peterson. I know all day, but nah, it's AP, bro. But
look, when I think of AD, I'm thinking about the unibrow.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm thinking about
the Laker guy.
Yeah, I'm thinking about Anthony Davis right there.
The Pelican, the former Pelican.
Man, he a Laker. Give me another ring.
Yeah. Can you tell what team I like?
You a Pelican fan?
Nah, how's no. I did like Anthony Davis when he was on the Pelicans, though.
Are you a Lakers fan?
No.
You're a Warriors.
Yeah, a Warriors fan.
Damn. the arguments back and forth I be getting. It's funny, like, look, Phil Robinson, he's a Warriors fan. The slander I had to deal with when the Lakers were not good.
Yeah. Well, now's your time to get him back.
Oh, you already know.
Yeah.
You
If you know,
already know.
you see these lights in my background?
Yeah.
I have them white for Raiders, silver, yellow,
Oh, I see it now. Okay, I see
and
it.
blue for the Warriors. So it goes white, yellow, blue.
And then white, yellow. All right, I see it.
So that's that
You, know,
little.
you, you gotta let people know. You don't want them thinking that you a Chargers undercover.
Nah, bro, this big old fucking flag. Oh, sorry. See, that's the
And
time.
then they be like, I don't know, man.
That's the time to cuss. I was like, how are you gonna say I'm a Chargers fan? Like, there is no Chargers fan.
Look, they could be saying, look, that could be your green screen in the back.
We found the only Chargers fan. This is where he's been hiding.
Hey man, I heard they were like all extinct, and then they had to clone like former Charger fans.
Well, now that they got Herbert the pervert, maybe they're gonna finally be showing up. And hey, I I don't know if he is or not, but he chose to be a Charger, or he didn't choose to be a Charger, but he's a Charger, so he has to have that name.
Yeah,
Sorry,
he's gonna.
he's a good player. He's a good player. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Yeah, he is.
but
Like I looked at what he did this year. I was like, damn.
yeah, I know it's
And
terrible.
I didn't think he was gonna really be that guy this year, and then lo and behold, he was that guy.
Yeah, Tyrod Taylor went down in his first game. Was his first game against the Chiefs?
Man, I was like, damn, Tyrod need life alert.
What was his first game against the Bucks or the Chiefs?
It was the Chiefs.
Chiefs. Yeah, and he balled out, dude. He almost beat him. He was like slinging that thing. I'm gonna end this conversation because I don't care about the Chargers.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, that he's a good quarterback, so it's good. Our division is pretty crazy with the quarterbacks
Yeah.
and the Broncos.
You got the Chiefs, you got the Raiders, the Chargers, and then there's the Broncos.
And the Broncos, yeah. They had a good run with Peyton Manning. Let them have that.
See, I put it like this. You can roll a car this year, or Houston decides to be like, okay, fine. Deshaun Watson's available.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you like London Fletcher said. Damn it, you go all in.
Mm.
Whether it's 2 first-round picks.
Okay, so I heard a wise man say that 4 first-rounders, Derek Carr and Darren Waller.
Y'all ain't getting no damn Waller.
That's what Colin Coward said. And I was like, bro, we're not gonna have.
This is why Joy looking at him like that now. Joy looking at him like, really?
Yeah, like, bro, I was like, we'd have no team. And like, I understand Deshaun Watson's sick. Would I want him on our team? Hell yeah. Do I think he's better than Carr? Hell yeah. But at the same time, I don't think Carr's the problem of our team.
No, he's not. Look, he's not the problem. I mean, he's like
he can't be the problem.
He's on that checklist, but he ain't the major problem.
Yeah, exactly.
I try to tell folks, everybody thinks we need to go in and get a whole bunch of defensive players, but when you really look at it, it was just coaching.
Yeah,
you need a coach that can teach and guide these younger players that you have on this defense in the right direction. Paul Gunther had a creative mind. I'm not going to put him down, okay? But when it came to coaching, when it came to trying to teach, he was not that guy.
And he also didn't put him in the right position either.
Exactly. You look at Gus Bradley, look at his track record, he will put guys in there to succeed. Even his backups in the right position to succeed. I looked at what he did actually with the Chargers. The Chargers had so many injuries the past 2 years. I'm like, damn, they're on their third string safety. They're on their number 2 corner or number 4 corner. You're on your number 3 linebacker and whatnot. You're looking at this. I'm like, they're doing pretty good. It's not sexy. It's not amazing, but they're doing good.
It's working. And then my whole thing too was like, how come we're so far off of like our guys? Like when they're defending them, they're not even close to them. And then when they go to tackle them, they're at the first down marker, and then they'll tackle them instead of going towards them and hitting them. So it was just, I was on the fire Paul Gunther train for like the longest time. I already had enough the past 2 years, and then Ken Norton Jr. too. I was tired of having a crappy defense.
So you look at it. You look at it right there. Ken Norton was a rah-rah guy. He didn't understand. He didn't do X's and O's. Paul Gunther, he understands X's and O's. He's not a rah-rah guy. He can't teach it. And he can't put guys in the best position to succeed.
Yeah.
The other thing about it, John Gruden basically handpicked all the guys for Paul Gunther. Mark Davis is sitting in on what went on with Gus Bradley. Gus Bradley got all his guys.
Oh, Mark Davis is the one that allowed Gus Bradley to bring all his crew with them?
He made sure of that.
Oh, okay, that's sick. And I like that too. When I saw that he was bringing the whole squad, I was like, all right, that's cool. That way they're all on the same page.
So when you see that you're able to bring in your guys, that's the difference maker.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Not like Gunther was only able to bring in like Lippincott, and that was it. So when you really look at it, the Raiders are in a better position with coaching on that defensive side of the ball. As you see, if you got IG, you got Twitter and whatnot, these guys are putting in work. Now, Max, he's got a heel. Max had, I think he's got like a whole bunch of injuries. Good Lord.
Yeah, he had surgery at the end of the season.
That man need a pope to touch him. I
don't know if anyone wants a pope touching you.
I mean, you know what I meant. I meant by like he need a blessing. He need a blessing so he can heal. He needs to heal. He needs to get back and ready to go. Yeah. But I see Farrell, he's working. I see Mo Hurst working.
I like the progress that Farrell showed this last year. He just couldn't get to the quarterback, but he disrupted a lot.
What's wild, he had like a Mac problem. I'm not going to say he's the next Mac, and I think a lot of people got.
Here we go. We're gonna hear it on Twitter.
I'm not saying
hear it on Twitter. I'm gonna make a clip. Phil Jones says that Cleveland Farrell is the next Cleo Mack.
I did not say that. Hold on. But he's putting in the work.
Yeah. And
I noticed a lot of the drills that he's been working on. He's working on his bend. A lot of people say he didn't have that bend. If you looked at it this past year, it did show up. You did see like, oh, damn, he can bend. He's working on it more. He's getting faster. I think with Gus Bradley, Gus Bradley has already spoken to him, said, look, I need you to do this. I need you to do that. And you're going to be on the right path. The linebackers, I think this is the best group of linebackers we've had in a long time.
Oh, yeah.
Our secondary, our guys need to focus. When I mean they need to focus, they need to pay attention in those Zoom meetings. They need to pay attention to what the DB coaches and their defensive coordinators saying to them. And you ain't going to have that problem with the guys they just brought in because they're going to plant a foot in their ass.
Yeah, I hope it's not just so like with Corey Littleton, it took forever to replace him with Morrow, and I understand because we put a lot of money into him and his ceiling was high, but he wasn't producing, at least for the first 12 games.
That's why I go back to Paul Gunther's system. His system was all over the place. It wasn't really complex. It was just really not pieced together. Like it
Yeah,
was an incomplete formula.
yeah, it was the opposite. It was pretty stupid.
I mean, you can say that,
Well, the
but it
results
was
were.
he like it was like he was like he had a beautiful mind, and I understood what he was like. I looked at it like, wait, he could actually run this right if he teaches it the correct way. Because some of the plays that he was trying to run, they were done by Alabama. Alabama's defense was running that. And you kept wondering why Alabama was shutting everybody down. I'm like, okay, that's what Gunther's trying to do, but he couldn't teach it.
Well, he had 3 years to teach it, so
You know,
the first year we can give him slack. The second year we better see a big difference. And then, like I said, I didn't want no more slack after
yeah,
Ken Norton and Paul Gunther. What, like 6 years of mediocrity at defense, terrible defense. I was just like, all right, like I'm done. I'm done. At least when we had Reggie Nelson, that year, at least we were creating turnovers. Like, yeah, we had that
oh
bend
man,
that bend don't break, but at least we were creating turnovers for that one year.
we had Reggie Nelson 2018. Oh my God.
Yeah, well, that was when he was getting burnt.
Reggie Nelson was like age 85 trying to run.
Yeah, it was bad. But that's what I'm saying. At least the year before or 2 years before, they were at least creating turnovers. And it's not fair at some point too. I mean, we got rid of Khalil Mack, Paul Gunther's first year.
Yeah.
We got rid of a lot of people and brought old people in. So, but at the same time, at least see something with what we got.
No, that's true.
Because at the end of the day, that's what you got. It's like shit.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I'm excited for next year. I've been saying that every year, but
No,
whatever.
definitely. I mean, we all been saying we have a proven defensive coordinator now,
Yeah.
and that's why I'm saying that I'm excited. Like it's not like a guy that was your linebackers coach or your DB coach or your D line coach. Even though I did want Brinston Buckner, but the fact of the matter is we got a proven defensive coordinator that's had a top 15 defense over the past God knows how many years.
We got a coach's coach.
Exactly. And you keeping Rob Marinelli, and Rob Marinelli, he'll still put a foot in the ass.
Yeah, nice.
You have teachers right there, and you have guys you got these teachers that can discipline these guys to make sure they're in the best position to succeed.
Yeah, let's not give the play calling to Rod Marinelli anymore, though. He didn't have the best circumstances, but at the same time, I don't think he's the one to steer the ship.
No comment.
What screwed the Raiders over with Paul Gunther was that first Chiefs game where our defense looked legit. Like they looked, well, the Chiefs scored a lot, but and that was towards the end, anyways. For like 3 quarters, we pretty much had them contained.
So I give you a fun fact here. Tampa Bay actually used our defense.
Yeah, I kind of noticed that while watching the game.
They
too.
used our defense, and you know how in the second half they started dropping everybody back and whatnot when they had to leave. See, that's what you're supposed to do, but they still maintain like, no, you're not scoring 7 here.
Yeah.
They were like, we'll give you this cushion here, but when it comes to 3rd down or 4th down, you're not getting it.
Yeah, and the Chiefs, they just like those big chunk plays, so obviously go deep, like just stay deep. And I was gonna say, does Mahomes know how to throw it short? I know everyone bags on Derek Carr for being a check down king.
You know what's funny? As I told folks, the linebackers would be key in this game. The linebackers would be the key to winning that game. And lo and behold, it happened.
Yeah. Yeah. They
And
kept
he took
everyone in
away
check.
the check downs. And you know how Travis Kelce likes to try to run back around, back and forth? Like me and London Fletcher and a couple other folks were saying, if you jam him up at the line of scrimmage, you can take him off his route. Bruce Irvin did that. Bruce Irvin gave that key strategy to a lot of folks, and you know, a lot of folks are not using it, and you know, that's why they struggle against him. You get up in his face.
You got to get physical with them, right?
Damn, yes. And Levante David did that. Devin White did that. It threw him off his game. He couldn't do that little comeback route, you know, or just come back in general for Mahomes because it was somebody still up in his face.
Yeah, and
it was somebody still bullying him.
And if he did catch it, he's gonna get cracked.
When he was catching all those balls, it was like really like Tampa Bay's up big, and that's when he was getting those big. It was like chunks. That was it.
Yeah,
it didn't matter because as long as I'm stopping you from getting in the end zone right now, that's all that matters.
Yeah, it was nice to see. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh man, yeah, I was like, man, hallelujah! Somebody heard me.
Yeah, for us. The only difference with the Raiders and the Buccaneers, the Buccaneers were able to generate crazy pressure with their front four. Our front four wasn't that crazy, so we had Arden Key there just in case Mahomes got a run. And I thought that was pretty sick.
I give you another fun one, and this is why I always got upset. Why didn't Paul Gunther put Hurst at DN sometimes? He's versatile to do it. I say Todd Bowles. He put Vita Vea at DN. 340 pounds against a struggling backup. That's not fun.
Oh, hell's no. And not only is it a struggling backup, but it's also the biggest game of his career where everyone is watching, where everyone is taking pictures, everyone's recording. You see all that. So that adds on top of the nerves of what
the hand punches that Vita Vea was throwing. It was nasty. And it allowed Shaq Barrett to do his stunt inside because I don't want Vita Vea to get on the outside. I don't want him getting on the inside of me. I'm going to keep him on the outside. That just freed up Shaq Barrett. So they had a good game plan. Todd Bowles knew what he was doing, and Larry Foote, it was something about, these Steelers, former Steelers that are linebacker coaches. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, Steelers usually have a pretty good defense.
That's why I was like, you ever see them as a coordinator coming up? Grab them.
Yeah, that's true. That makes sense. Can I say something? So,
yes,
of course I can say something. That wasn't a real question. But I've seen some Chiefs fans complaining that two of their starting tackles or two of their linemen were not in the game, and that's one big reason why they lost. True. But the Raiders the whole year didn't have their freaking starting line. So I don't want to hear it.
I don't want to hear it. We didn't have Trent Brown majority of the season. We didn't have Richie Incognito. So
yeah,
what are you complaining about?
And
the funny thing about it, the Chiefs O-line have been going through a shuffle all season. You were able to go 14-2 with that shuffling O-line. You were able to beat the Browns, the Bills. Now you're complaining. Come to think about it, you had that O-line shuffling around when you played Tampa Bay the first time. So there is no excuse for what happened. Exactly. You got beat, you got out-coached, and you got outplayed.
I'm not gonna lie, that Buccaneers defensive line is insane. We seen it firsthand
No,
when we played them,
man.
but no excuses. You know, what happened
Yep.
happened.
You played. You look. You played to win the game.
Yep. But yeah, I just wanted to like let that out there because I've been seeing that a lot. Like, oh, we didn't have our starting tackles. Yeah, well, we didn't. We didn't either. So, and we didn't have like the same lineup combination for like the longest time. Every week it was a different shuffle. So,
Yeah.
so it sucks, but that's why
It
you
is
have
what it
depth.
is.
That's why you have depth. Which it's hard for a Raider fan to say when we only have like one starter on like for every position on defense.
Right.
So I get it, but it is what it is. But I don't know. I don't know. Uh, I'm not gonna celebrate all crazy that the Chiefs lost. You know, we didn't beat them in the Super Bowl, so. But it was nice to see.
It was that feeling. You know, as a Raiders fan, it was that feeling of like you're probably gonna go through a Super Bowl hangover.
And no matter what everyone says, they only lost to two teams, and the Raiders were one. So,
Yeah.
so if that was our Super Bowl, then whatever, it was our Super Bowl.
You're not getting mad.
Yeah. So since we're talking about competing with other rivals and other people, how hard is it to compete with other people in your field? Is it? I know you were saying that you had people help you and guide you, but is there like fierce competition in what you do?
Fierce? Man, it's cutthroat.
Oh, it's like that. It's like that Buccaneers line then.
I put it like this, bro. It's like it's like the tournament of power on like Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, bro.
Okay.
It's that level. It's like I can give you this tip, bro. I can help you. I can help train you and all that. But you gotta face dude right there. You gotta face him. Gotta face them. Gotta face them. They're not gonna be easy,
So it's like Tom Brady's gauntlet going to the Super Bowl, having to
right?
face Breeze, Rodgers, Mahomes.
Yeah, like facing like other, like dealing with like other people that are like trying to vie to get that interview or to get that post game question off. It's like you better know what you're about to say off the top of your head, and you better say it right. You better say like, "Hey, PR is looking at you like, look, I could have called on Dan Graziano, but instead I called on you. So what you got?"
Yeah.
Some folks may not see it like that, but I mean, someone that's like up and coming, and you're getting that opportunity, you got to make that opportunity look good.
You better
You got to
shine.
make sure that you can compete on the same level as them. You got to be on your A game. You have to look like you know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's crazy.
And like and the other things like the way things are with COVID and all that now, you're not gonna be really you're not in the locker room talking to like players and anything anymore. And now you're in the Zoom calls, so you better have that hand raised right away, right when you get in, and you better be ready to have your questions together. If you got your few questions into that first person, you either, I don't know how some other teams are probably going to be doing it. You're either waiting for the next guy to come up or coach. Now with the Super Bowl, you had to jump from one podium to the other podium to the other podium. So it was like, get your questions in. If they pick you, boom, you got it. Get to the next person. Get to the next person. Get to that person.
Could
You
I
have to be quick.
could I put in a word? So I'm assuming they have a tight schedule, right? These teams
Yeah.
that you interview. So not only do you gotta be like concise with your words, but you gotta make it a smooth experience for them, right?
Yeah.
You gotta be ready. So if you slack, if you make it just a little off the page, you go off the road, they might not want to ask you again because they'd be like, look, he's gonna hold us up. Like we got however many people we got to interview, and this guy can't get his act together. Like we're not gonna have him here.
I mean, like you can. Don't get me wrong. There have been times where there have been a long-winded question in there, but it's got to be a long-winded question where it's like, okay, this is logical, this is understandable, and this is a really good topic. But if it's something that's like out of left field, like you going at John Gruden with that, like.
Oh yeah, don't go to John Gruden with something dumb.
You heard John.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten John yet, but if you've heard John in those pressers, and you're like, where did you get this from, man?
Yeah.
And like you kind of get the feel like he's like, you're pissing me off right now.
Yeah. It's like you have this is your chance to ask me anything you want, and that's what you choose to ask me.
What are you gonna be doing for Thanksgiving? And it's like, you think I care about Thanksgiving right now, man? I'm trying to get to the playoff, man.
Can I? So I'm gonna put you on the spot. See how good your journalist skills are. You're a Laker fan, right?
Yeah.
So this should be easy for you. So you're at a Laker game. They say, you know what? You're Phil Jones. Come over here. We're gonna let you interview LeBron James. What are you gonna ask him? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
LeBron taking over LA. What does it mean to represent not just this team, but being, just coming from out of the footsteps of Kobe Bryant? What does it mean to, like, you're taking a team that was originally Kobe Bryant's, and now you're running it? What goes through your head every game?
Well, I'm LeBron James, and nah, that's good. That's good. But
hold on, real quick.
let me go get my Jordan jersey. Nah. All right, guys, he's getting something real quick. I'm just gonna put the screen on just me, just until he's ready with the surprise. I know you guys.
No, it wasn't a surprise. I literally forgot to charge my laptop.
Oh, okay.
I'm back. Yeah.
All right. Well, we want a surprise now, bro. I thought you were gonna come out in a LeBron James full set.
Oh no, man! I keep my Kobe Bryant jersey in the case. I'm not taking that out.
I'm sure LeBron James would say though, you know what? Having AD here has helped the process much easier. We just want to help support the local LA community and make sure that Kobe's name shines.
Yeah.
Or he'd say like, I just want a Space Jam too. In here.
Bro, like, yo, give me a spot in Space Jam too, bro.
Hey, LeBron James, if you ever see this clip, let Phil Jones interview you, man. Did you see when Guillermo from Jimmy Kimmel asked him what his favorite salad was?
Oh god, I heard about it. I didn't get a chance to catch it.
Well, like during all the finals, Guillermo is always there, like trying to get his attention. He's always like LeBron, LeBron, LeBron. So like, dude, for like a couple years, he was doing that, and finally LeBron like, what's your question? He finally gets a chance, to ask him his question, and he's like, hey, what's your favorite salad? So, yeah. So, and LeBron answered, and he liked it, So, that was pretty hilarious.
Yeah, Guillermo be funny as hell. I be feeling like, damn, Guillermo needs his own show.
Yeah. I think maybe if he had his own show, it wouldn't be as good. But him, the little side piece. Yeah, when he's holding the basketball, like, can you speak into the mic? And yeah, and then you see all the players that get all mad. It's funny. It's just because, like, bro, like,
Bruh.
enjoy the little entertainment you get. Because sometimes they do be getting all the same questions, man. And I'm like, man, that sucks.
Like if they get the same question, they're like, well, like I said before, if they say like I said before, I say, okay, I'll let this slide. Because I know what you were saying, like in the beginning question, and it just kind of went into that. But now, if you just literally ask the same question after, like, someone just asked, like, maybe like one before you or like two ahead of you that said that, again, you'll hear it. You'll be like, he didn't mess up.
Exactly.
He didn't mess up. He's pissed. Run away.
So this is your chance to shine right now too, man. So
Man.
What is a good reason to be interviewed by Phil Jones?
I'm going to tell your story the way you want it to be heard. I'm not going to leave anything out. Everybody wants to hear who you are as that person or as that player. I'm going to get it out there. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm going to tell the raw, uncut truth. I want people to know that you're just like everybody else. And you just worked your ass off. You did this. You had to overcome certain adversities. You're not like everybody always throwing these stories like, you make millions of dollars. Why would you not do this? Why would you not do that? Because I'm human. People fail to realize that this guy is a human being, just like me and you. And if you want your story to be told like a normal human being, I'm your guy. I'm not going to do the crazy player worship and stuff. I'm going to talk to you like you're a normal person. We can shoot the shit a little bit. I will talk to you about what's going on with you during the season. What do you plan on doing afterwards, after football? You know, what do you do on the side? What do you do when you're with your family and whatnot? You do the same thing that I do with my family and friends. So I'm not going to twist any words. I'm not going to try to make anybody think that you're not that. I want people to know, hey, I'm just like you. I just play a game where they just pay me a little bit more money. There's some folks that had problems with you opting out of the season. Would you like to share with us why did you do that? You know, a guy will say it's COVID. I've had pre-existing conditions. My wife does, and you know, my child does. I'm not going to put them at risk. You know, if I'm given that ability to opt out, you know, people want to hear that. I'm going to tell that story. And people need to get an understanding of why he did that. So you're going to get it right. So I'm not here to BS anybody. You want to be interviewed? I'm going to interview the correct way. And I'm going to make sure your story gets out there where people get a better understanding of what's going on with the situation and not the half-ass story.
Let's go. No agendas and a different perspective.
Yeah.
That's all you had to say.
Hey, you gotta break it down. You know, sometimes you just gotta go right into like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that.
No, that was good, bro. I liked it. You had me with a bro. I literally thought you were talking to me, but you were just talking to whoever, whatever. I'm not gonna lie, you had me going. I was like, oh, this. I was like, all right. No, but that's sick, dude. That was good. That was really good. I'm sorry I ruined it.
You act like you were a buzzkill with it. Nah, you good, bro.
um, what direction do you want to take your career from here on out?
Wherever it, to be honest, wherever it takes me, where if I can get in, be a part of a network, I'd be blessed. That's I mean, that's what any guy like in my situation would want to be.
You would want
You have
stability?
one show on the network, you're coming on and talking sports news or whatever it is, and you're gonna go all out. You're gonna say, I got this opportunity, I'm gonna take it there. Now, to be honest, where I'm at, I'm like, hey, I don't care how it goes. They can say, hey, we can give you a part time on it. I say, I'm fine with that. You can get a full time on it. Hey, let's go. Let's get it. And I know a lot of people like, well, what if it's not the team that, your team that you really want to cover? If it's not that, then that's all right. Because I'm getting that opportunity. And you know what's funny? There's been a lot of guys that had to cover a team that wasn't their favorite team, but they still managed to make the way to that team that they wanted to cover down the road.
Maybe it's better that way too because
Yeah.
you don't have a bias. You'd be able to report it just straight from like a journalistic perspective, not from a fanboy perspective.
And see, that's why I was like, I'm fine with like covering like Washington or Baltimore because it wouldn't look as that. And even if I did get a chance like to cover like the Raiders like full time like over in Vegas and whatnot, I'm not gonna carry it as a fanboy. I'm gonna make sure that you're hearing it like someone that's from ESPN. You're gonna make sure you're hearing it like from someone that's on Fox Sports or maybe NFL Network.
Are you saying you have integrity?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
The job, I'll be real. The jobs I've done, you had to have integrity, and that goes a long way.
Well, I'm screwed.
Don't worry, it'll pop up. It'll pop up down the road.
Nah, I'm good. I won't take your 250. Don't worry.
Don't let them know about the 250.
um, yeah. Well, at least now I know your price. What would be a dream interview for you?
A dream interview? Oh man.
Yeah. I guess we'll do living first.
Say that again.
Someone that is currently alive.
Currently alive. So, if we wanted to go there,
It doesn't have to be just sports. It could be anyone.
I really gotta say it. I would say I would love to do a one-on-one interview with President Obama
Yeah.
and his path and what he had to go through, and the folks that are not living. One would be Kobe Bryant, and one would be Al Davis, because they're gonna keep it real with you.
Yeah.
They're gonna keep it unfiltered with you. So I'm like, those would be the guys that you would want to interview. God rest their souls. But man, those were two of the guys I really wanted to interview.
Yeah. It's crazy that we don't really we don't get a chance to. Not everyone gets a chance to talk to these guys.
Nah,
And then the stories you hear from the people that got to talk to them is always pretty crazy. But
nah.
yeah, it's funny because like no one ever asked me like, oh hey, who would you like to interview, or it's always about.
I'm gonna ask you, who would you like to
You
interview?
don't even care.
No,
Stop
I
running.
do care. I care. No, who would you want to interview?
Honestly, I've said this before, but Dave Chappelle.
That's a good one.
Yeah, because it hits all the marks. He's smart. He's funny, so it'd be a good time.
What's funny? He's actually from my area.
Yeah, that is pretty hilarious. And then deceased, since you asked and you care, um, probably Bob Marley.
Man, you sound like you just want to get high right now.
Who says I'm not? No, I'm not. Not that it matters. Um, I haven't actually smoked and done this podcast, and I assume I eventually will. But it's probably that someone, maybe it was like Wiz Khalifa or like someone that's a big chiefer. I'd probably have to do half sober and then the other half.
Man, you gotta get Seth Rogen on then.
Oh yeah, that'd be hilarious too. Well, okay, yeah, no problem. It's-
Cause like you already know it's gonna be like it's gonna be it's gonna be that one comment that pops up, everybody just busts out laughing.
yeah. It's freaking his laugh, bro. Just hearing his laugh would just make my day. Just and then I could Jonah Hill.
Oh man, I feel like he's gonna snitch.
He's gonna snitch
I feel like he would low key snitch.
on what?
Mom, they're doing weed in the basement again.
Did this Did you see this podcast going this way?
No, not really. But a lot of things tend to surprise me down the road.
Nice. Like
This I figure like some people have you like on like a show and they interview like we'll get you on for like 5 minutes and be like, good job, man, catch you later. But nah, man, I mean, you said you wanted to hear the story, wanted to hear how things went, what I've had to face, whether adversity or some struggles, positives. I'm gonna tell you because that person you might, or it might be you, that might end up doing the same thing. And I want folks to know that things are not given to you. You got to fight for them. And if you have young viewers, I want them to know that as well. Because, like I said, I didn't go to school for this. I had to figure things out. I had to see who would be willing to like give me advice or point me in the right direction. And that person point me to the next person, to the next person. And then that person that I finally got to, they'd be like, okay, all right, I have this going on. If you're down for this, and we'll get you squared away with that. I'm like, all right, bet, cool. You got to carry yourself like this, got to carry yourself like that. All right, that's fine. And it's like all these things you have to remember. And you realize if you remember these things, that's what's going to help get you to where you need to go. I know it's a lot. It's like you got to remember steps 1 through 45, and you're just finally trying to put your shoe on. But in the end, it pays off. It helps. And folks, if you're doing this now, make sure you have all your work together where you're trying to like make like a portfolio or anything for anybody to see that can, or if anything, make sure you're uploading your stuff up on LinkedIn. See, I put it like this: Twitter, those are your players. Facebook, your fans, players. LinkedIn, that's where the business is all about. From the agents, former players that know someone in the business, organizations, networks. That's what you want. Those are folks that can put you in the right direction. And also put you in the direction of guys that are on your players that are on IG, Facebook, and Twitter. So
Yeah, because it's hard to get in contact with them just straight up.
it really is. And if you have Twitter and oh, his inbox is open, sweet. Yeah, his inbox is open, but it's in like the request. And that player probably has about maybe 45 requests going down the list. I'm not looking at all of them.
Yeah, for real. And it's hard to stand out, especially when you got other people that look crazy.
Yeah, it really is.
Why
It
is
really
a
is.
why is an athlete gonna click on me when they got this hot chick right there, right under me and on top of me?
I mean, right? But then again, that could be a bot.
Yeah, but they're still gonna click on it before they click on me.
And then you got some fans that will put some wild stuff in there and be like, hey, dude, so do you like, uh, do you like it? Do you like, it'll be like some wild, I don't know. It'll be like some wild random stuff. You just like, what?
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
When you got my message, what did you think?
You really want to know?
Yeah, it's the unfiltered truth, right?
It shocked me that someone would want to hear my story.
Really?
I'm like, to be honest, during that week when I looked at it, I was like, this guy really wants to know about me? Nah. I was like, and I literally looked around. I was like, I literally had like one of these like moments in my house. I'm like, I'm getting punked by somebody. And the more and more I thought about it, I was talking with my boy Phil. I was like, he said, Phil, you done some things that a lot of people have not been able to do, and people want to understand, like, what did you do to get there? And I had to really sit there and think. I was like, I've always wanted people to know what you have to go through, what you have to endure to get what you need in this field. And I went back. I was like, yeah, man. You want to know? I'm gonna let you know. And I felt honored. Like more and more I kept thinking about it. I was like, I really felt honored. I was like, I'm grateful that someone was willing to reach out and want to hear my story, and I can pass it along to everybody else. I was touched. Like I really didn't think I'd get myself to this point. And Jerry, I thank you a lot, man.
Hell yeah. I guess I'll give you.
Shit, bro. Damn it.
I'll give you my perspective. If I knew you were gonna cry, I probably wouldn't have sent you the the DM.
I ain't crying, man. I got an onion, man.
I'm just messing
The
with
onion.
you.
The onion.
I'm just messing with you. I'm not gonna say it's scary because it's pretty easy just to send a message to someone,
Yeah.
but it's kind of nerve wracking, in a sense, because first of all, I'm putting myself out there, and I feel like I'm bugging, to be honest. It feels like I feel like, well, this person, why are they gonna want to spend their time on me when they time is limited, time is precious.
Right.
So that's why I appreciate you coming on here and spending so far 2.5 hours on here. Um, and at the same time too, it's like a lot of people ask me like, "Where's can I see a link?" Some people don't even ask me. They're just like, "Yeah, I'm down," which is cool. I don't mind either way. And then I ask them like, "Do you at least want to see what the how the show is?" Because you don't know how it's gonna be. And it's tough, man. Like you said, a lot of people don't either they say no or they don't respond, which is fine. I understand. Um, but from my perspective too, I do it for two reasons. I do it for an unselfish reason and a selfish reason. Um, I guess I'll do the selfish reason first. The selfish reason is for me to get content out there, for me to have something to show every week, for me to put a product out there. That sounds bad, but at the same
No, it does. No, hold on. No, it doesn't because you're up and coming. You want your platform to build, so it's not selfish.
yeah,
It's like because you never know. It's like you could have had like a player on that was like a first year walk on for like I don't know maybe Oregon University. You come find out he's a first round overall pick, and then he's rookie of the year.
all because of me.
You had that. You gave him a plat. You gave him something, and got his name is out there. It's been floating around. I'm gonna tell you what happens with Twitter. Somebody put your name in. Like,
And my unselfish reason is because I want. We can go back to the talk right now. My unselfish reason is because I want you to be able to express yourself. I want you to be able, not just you specifically, but everyone else on the other side of that screen. I want you guys to be able to promote yourselves. I want people to see the person behind. So like, okay, how many times have people seen the person interviewing the player, right? How many times do they
Yeah.
get interviewed, right?
right.
So not just you, like you said, like an up and coming player. Maybe he has a one and done season. He has a great season, and then after that, he doesn't do so good, and he falls off. But at least people got to see who he is. At least people got to hear his story. At least he got to share it. And this could be a giant commercial, man. You literally can just brag about like yourself and you know what you do.
Yeah.
So, like I said, it's when I say selfish, it's not the most heinous selfish reason, but there is some selfish to it. We're being honest, and it's unselfish too because I want you guys to shine.
And look, like I said, it ain't selfish because I want you to be able to eat too.
Oh yeah,
Like,
we
somebody
hungry.
said- Hey, look, somebody said, look, I want you to eat. But I want you eating at my table. I want you to have your own table to eat at, you know?
Hey, I'll invite you to my table if I can. Well, I did.
And hey, anytime you want to come at my table and have some meat, some good eats, hey, let me know.
Be careful what you say, bro. I got a big appetite.
Hey, bro, we throw down over here, man.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what this should be all about. Because at the end of the day, we're all trying to do the same thing, just reach a mass audience of people. Okay, we're trying to be. Let me make that sound a little better. We're trying to get our voice heard. Right?
No, that's real.
Yeah.
And from one of my friends, I was talking to him earlier. I was like, I don't think you realize how much you helped me get through that dark place I was at after losing my friend. I said, we have to get on our path to achieve our goals. We have to achieve greatness by any means. And damn it, I use that. I just think of that every morning I wake up. By any means, I have to try to achieve greatness. And I'm going to do it. I'm not going to quit. I might have a moment where I hit that wall, but I'm going to climb over that wall and get it done. But I got to keep pushing through.
Amen, brother. And luckily, I'm Mexican, so climbing walls is natural for us.
Stop, man. Stop.
So, we're going to talk about what is the unfiltered truth. We keep referencing it, but for people that don't know, we're going to plug that in a little bit too, man.
Unfiltered Truth. It's a brand that me and Phil Robinson III came up with. And like I said, it was for Raider content. And to be honest, it's not just for Raider content. It's what you want to talk about in entertainment. What you want to talk about with any other sports. What you want to talk with what's going on in the world today. Like we did a segment on literally, we had an insurrection happening in this country. We literally had fools rushing the Capitol to start a coup. Like I'm in DC, like while this is happening.
Yeah.
And then like they saying like y'all nobody going to work for the next day. I do a show on this. I'm like, they were planning to kill people just because they didn't get the way they wanted. They didn't get what they wanted.
Yeah, and they called the other side snowflakes for the longest time, right?
Right. They put pipe bombs. They put bombs, spread them across through the city. Come to find out, there was one near my job, like probably about 100 feet from my job. And I'm like, people just trying to look at this as, oh, you know, it happened, that's it. They killed people. They killed 7 people. Well, really 6 people, but no, it was 5. No, they killed. It was what about 5 people? 2 of them, one electrocuted his nuts, and one got shot.
Jeez.
You know, you look at the law enforcement officers that had to protect, like your senators and congressmen, congresswomen. It didn't make any damn sense that went down, and as people of American people in this country, we got to say enough is enough. We got to come together as one, and we got to work together.
Yes, sir.
And I'm keeping it, and that's why I say I keep it real, the unfiltered truth. I said that shit shouldn't have happened. It shouldn't have never went down. You can't look past that. You can't just act like this never happened. This happened. And I need folks to realize that we need to do better as people. What I have really with the unfiltered truth, that's all it is. It's just the truth. I'm not gonna pat it down. I'm not going to sugarcoat the truth. I'm going to tell you, like if I'm your parent that wants you to realize you need to wake up.
You're trying to help us not learn the hard way, right?
Yeah, that's all it is. If we learn the hard way, then you're all upset, sad, and all. But you hear it now. You hear it where it's like just raw and not sugar-coated. You're gonna have a nasty taste of disgust for a little bit, but when it eventually comes out, like, well, you know what? I did know about it.
And Is it live streamed or is it pre-recorded?
Live stream.
Live streamed. Who
Live stream. Then you can go back.
who hosts it? You or Phil? Who hosts the live stream?
I'll host it. You know, Phil's with me.
Oh, okay. So how does it feel being on the other end?
It's funny because like I'm on the East Coast in the Bay, near the Bay Area, and then you have him in the West Coast near the Bay Area. It's funny. Like I was like, you know, we got to change our we need to change our logos. Like
To the Bay, half Bay.
I got the Bay Bridge for over my way and the Bay Bridge for his way. We need like a stand like next to it.
Yeah.
Have a Photoshop or something.
That'd be pretty sick.
But you know, hey, that's my brother from another, and we keep it real with each other. Good times, bad times. You know, he be trying to roast my ass. So I'll be like, damn. That hurt.
I'll try to pick up the slack for him, okay? I don't know if I failed him or not, but, you know, it is what it is.
Look, I put it like this. The one time we did a show. I think this is back when we did Fast Break. And I put somebody else in his spot because he had to work. He said, "Are you shitting me? Did you just replace me with this fool?"
Yeah.
I was like, my bad, bro. I had to get somebody. He said, "I'm going to drag you. I will slander you through the whole audio chat." I'm like, oh God.
Hey, maybe on April 1st you can do a live stream and just do the unfiltered truth with Jerry and Phil and just make it seem like you replaced them. Just do it for like 5 minutes.
That phone call's gonna be brutal.
Yeah.
And it's like you can't ignore it on the cell phone. I'm gonna either get it from the house phone, or I'm gonna get it from a Skype call, a Zoom call. He's gonna barrage me with calls and then hit the message board like, "You trying to get rid of me?"
Yo, not trying, I did. Tell him not trying, I did, bro.
Oh man, that'd be hilarious.
Yeah, just to mess with them, you know, just to.
And then he try to hold me in the headlock afterwards.
Hey, so sometimes you know you gotta create content, bro. It's just a little fun twist for your fans. They'll be like, "Who the hell is this guy?"
Yeah, I go on a Photoshop your head on his.
I'll be like, "My name is Phil Robinson the Fourth."
Nah, wait. He's already got a fourth. You be the fifth.
I'll be 3.5.
Yeah.
Do you have any crazy experiences with any athletes or celebrities, I guess?
You know, besides the whole Max thing, but
yeah, that one was pretty interesting.
Covering Maryland when they're getting massacred by Penn State. Like that one game where, you mean you cancel class for this massacre?
Yeah. Doing homework would have been less torturous.
Like, bro, like that's what some of the kids actually said. It's like, bro, I could have just took my midterm and just got it over with today, but you know,
I got 2 days of torture now.
Man, like it was not good. So I go to the bathroom and walking out of one of the stalls, it's Scott Van Pelt, and I'm like, oh snap, it's Scott Van Pelt, oh snap, yo. So I'm like, Scott, hey, how you doing? He's like, You got water all over your shirt, bro.
Hopefully it's water.
No, it was water. It was like I didn't realize like I had like a cup of like water from out of my hand, and like I popped up and I went like and just slapped it like right on my chest. And he was like, "Yeah, bro, you got like straight water on you." I'm like, "Oh, well, how you doing, man?" And he's like, "Doing good, Maryland, not so good. I'll catch you later." It was like really awkward. It was just like it's like met him, but it's like
You gotta love those first impressions, man.
Oh, definitely. It was. I think, and then like the funniest one. This is like before I was. This is before I started doing media. I met Hannibal Buress.
Oh, nice. That's sick. Was he like a comedian at the time?
No, he's a comedian at the time, and he's also DJing.
Okay.
This was at the U Street Music Hall. If you ever been to U Street Music Hall, it's like that. And it's Friday night with a couple of friends. I'm like, this is the spot, man. We jamming the night, like 90s hip hop, R&B, and all that. I'm like, let me see if I can pop lock it, and let me see if I can work my legs, move like I used to. Hannibal Buress comes out of nowhere. He starts DJing. I'm like, it's like that. I'm talking to a couple of girls. My boy, like he's over there. He had a couple drinks and whatnot. I go and grab me another drink. Hannibal Buress come over to the bar and say, "Yo, what's up? Y'all cracking? Y'all doing right?" Mind you, already know Hannibal was probably high. Long story short, sitting there and talk with him. I didn't realize this man got me a shot of Everclear. God rest my liver that night. I'm sitting there talking with him. He said, "Bruh, you just drank my shot of Everclear."
It wasn't for you?
Nah. I was like, I'm rapping like, "Yo, bruh, man, like you and Eric Andre, man." He's like, "Yeah, uh-huh." I grabbed it, doused it, and I'm like, he said, "You good, bruh? Why don't you go over there, go get a lemon drop shot? You know, you be all right, bruh. I'm about to get back on this sound stage." Yeah. I was sitting there like, I'm like, yeah.
Did you get him another shot of Everclear?
Bruh, he was still looking at me like, "I think he might die over here. Somebody help him."
That's awesome, dude.
And I mean, like, being able to get those opportunities, whether it's like awkward or hilarious, embarrassing, but it's cool to meet him.
Hell yeah. And that seems like a cool person to meet too, Hannibal Buress. He's hilarious.
Yeah, he definitely is.
Have you ever been to the Raiders Stadium? The Oakland?
You remember when Rolando McClain body slammed Danny Amendola?
Yeah.
That was a beautiful moment for me.
Ah, nice.
I watched that man's soul leave his body.
Yeah, that was a good tackle. Legal, nah, but a good tackle.
I watched that soul wander off. He still wonders where he is today.
The reason I thought of that is because you were talking about the restrooms in that was it Maryland?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were talking about the restrooms
Oh,
in
yeah,
Maryland.
right. Well, you know them wrestling right up at the Coliseum, man.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. When it rains, bro, it gets flooded in the restrooms.
Man. Mm.
I don't think it'll flood in Vegas.
That's a smell you can't get out your nose, man.
Bro, I knew the in and out to that
I heard,
Coliseum.
like, mind you, I heard when, like, fast forward, they had the rats controlling the elevator.
Ah, I don't know about no elevator, bro. I'm not that fancy.
Man, look, they had the rats in the press booth.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. I never heard of that, but that's pretty sick.
They said that they took over the venom machine. I
Dang.
was like, damn. But you know what? That's our stadium. We didn't care.
Yeah, nah. Dude, I'm telling you, I knew the ins and outs of that stadium, bro. I would always make
That-
my way to nicer seats. I would cut in front of everyone to use the restroom. Um, good times. Good times. I remember right there by like the food recession, they had like a
Mhm.
32-inch TV on one wall. Just one little 32-inch TV for people to watch what was happening on the field for like the whole like D section.
And
And like they couldn't afford no 55 inches. Like they're cheap now, bro. Like
man,
80.
I was doing the struggle, bro. It was in salary cap hell and all that shit,
But
man.
still, bro, they're cheap. This was still like 2 years ago.
Blame that. Look. I think what happened was they had it, but the A's were like, "Look, we paid for it, so we're gonna take this up.
Well,
We'll put it up spring."
they should have, yeah, maybe. No, but they, nah, because there's no mounts there. Because the A's played sometimes like the same week or a couple days before because the dirt field was still in.
And I'm telling you, man, they were putting it back in there when the Raiders be done with their games.
Yeah, I don't know, but that place will always hold a special place in my heart. I can,
For a lot.
if I ever drive by Oakland, I could tell my kids like, you see that parking lot over there? Almost died a couple times in that parking lot.
Oh man.
Just random.
See, your dad one time, he had a little too much tequila.
Nah, I would
And
drink Hennessy, bro.
oh damn,
I had a rule. Okay, so I would get pretty drunk. That I had a rule where I would only take shots of Hennessy because if I took shots of everything else, I wouldn't make it out anymore. And I was
had a whole bottle.
and apparently everyone in Oakland has a bottle of Hennessy at their booth. So I was still taking lots of shots, man. So yeah, it was good times, and I don't know how it's gonna be in Vegas if it's gonna be the same environment. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna get drunk at the casinos and then just go to the games.
I don't blame you. Not one bit.
Why would I want to be burning in the in the parking lot in that desert heat?
You see, that's what I'm like. Eating barbecue.
Yeah, that was the shit, bro.
I don't know if I can feel that, bro.
But yeah, in Vegas, like, what if it gets like 100 and something degrees?
Getting barbecue and that joint, I'm like, eh.
Are we cooking the food or cooking ourselves?
Are we gonna be able to hit what? You know what's funny? I don't even know what spots to hit out there in Vegas. Like, I need to know. I'm probably gonna harass. I'm gonna harass Gil Branson. Be like, yo, what's good to eat out there?
I heard
what's the spot? I mean, everybody knows to go to the stage door.
Yeah, I was gonna say I heard the stage door is the spot to go to. But
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think you might want to go there. Um. So I was. Did you watch the episode I sent you, or did you watch any of it? The
I, I
you don't
got to see a little bit, but then it was like I had to keep running like back and forth.
you don't gotta lie. I don't care if you watch it or not. To be
Nah.
honest.
Like I started to watch it, and then I kept getting messages like, "Hey, you need to get in these Zoom rooms because such and such is about to speak."
Wow, the
So,
Super Bowl is more important than me.
hey, bruh, I'm sorry. I feel like an asshole, but I was like, damn, this is kind of like that kind of situation was like, you know how you with your boys, and but you know that chick is like a 10, and she's looking right at you, and it's like you got to get up there and be on your A game. It's like, sorry, bros, I gotta go. I gotta do it.
Broke bro code, but it's all right.
She was a 10.
Yeah, none of my homies are tens.
Well, look, bro. I mean, when you get the opportunity to say that you in a Zoom room with Charles Woodson and Tom Flores, it's like you start booking feet.
Yeah, no. Obviously, I don't mind if people watch or don't watch. It's fine, whatever. I just send
But
it to
then, like,
I just send it to you guys so you guys can get the vibe.
but nah, it's like I go back and watch it, bro.
Nah, that's
Like,
fine. You don't gotta watch it. I don't want you to
no,
watch it. Don't watch it. I don't want you to watch it now.
no.
I'm gonna delete the message.
See, you can delete the message, but it's still there.
Yeah.
It ain't Facebook.
What's it? This is that's actually helpful advice to everyone in the world. You can whatever you put on the internet, you can try to delete it. It's probably gonna still be there some way.
10 years later, ooh, damn, you did that silhouette challenge.
Yeah, no, I didn't do it. But the only reason I asked is, do you know Mitchell Renz?
Hmm?
Do you know Mitchell Renz?
Yeah,
Ah, okay. Have you met him in person or just through online?
I have not. I have not met Mitchell in person.
But online, that's cool.
I had a guy that was actually with me when we were doing the just like talking back and forth like to the Super Bowl and whatnot. He said he had interviewed Mitchell when he first started, and he said for me to try to chat it up with Mitchell as well. And like, lo and behold, Mitch added, all that stuff that went down that Friday. Went on and added me like on Twitter and whatnot. So I'll probably be able to reach out to him.
Yeah. He was actually my third guest on here. I thought it was
Okay.
pretty cool. It was a good conversation. It was a good time. I liked it.
That's good.
That's why I thought I saw you guys tweeting about something. So, yeah. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But so that's why I was like, "Oh, that's cool. They know each other, or like they're acquaintances at least." And
Yeah, we became like quick acquaintance. It looks like.
do you know B.D. Williams from The Tape Don't Lie?
Oh, you said BD?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I had him on here too.
Yeah, he does good work.
Yeah, I was gonna
He's-
say I like their program, The Tape Don't Lie, so that's why I definitely wanted him on here.
He does an excellent job.
Yeah, it's yeah, I think that's probably my favorite breakdown of them, of the Raiders. But
Nah, I mean, look, like when I seen what BD's done, I'm like, damn, okay. Okay, so basically he's saying what I've been trying to say, but he's breaking it down for everybody step by step. I love it.
yeah, it's good stuff, and I've watched every episode, but I'm also for 8 hours at work I listen to YouTube, so
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man.
yeah, I support a lot of people. You'd be surprised. I could be the best number one fan. And I hit like on every video because I know how much work it takes to be put in.
Man, I didn't realize. Look, I started to realize how hard YouTube is, man. It's a challenge.
Hell yeah.
So when I see folks like you're able to get your stuff out there, I'm like, I can't even hate, man. That's mad props.
Hell yeah. You know what? Let's see some of your work. We're talking about BD Williams and Mitchell Rands, and they're awesome guys, and they deserve all the praise they. But this is about you. This isn't the Why Not Me featuring BD Williams, Mitchell Rands, and Phil Jones.
Yeah.
So let's see what I could find real quick. I should have probably tested this earlier, but oh well. Let's see. Okay, so everyone at home watching this live gets to see something that you can't see yet. But let's get you involved too. Can you see that?
Yeah.
All right. What does this look like to you?
Ah, man, that is my Twitter page.
All right. So, Phil Jones, you said, since the presser was coming to an end, I managed to get a question in for Buccaneers head coach Bruce Arians on coaching diversity in the league. So when was this?
This was Tuesday last week.
Oh, I see Super Bowl back there. Let's see what you had to say.
I had a quick question now. Why isn't the rest of the league as progressive as you in coaching hires and diversity?
It's a good question. Good question. I don't know because there's so many quality men and women out there of all ethnicities and genders and backgrounds. So, I mean, for us, it's the best coaches we know. They just happen to be some African-American and some women. But I would hope that other owners would look and see that this works, to have that many different voices giving input so that the output is greater, and make an example of it.
All right. That's all we have time for. Appreciate the time, Coach.
Thanks.
Jeez, let the man have
I had a quick question now. Why isn't the rest of the
Hey, you can't replay it twice, bro. Come on, you don't get that much airtime. Let's see. I don't know if I want to put you on blast. And then one more. What's this all about?
Ah, man, see, that's what I'm talking about.
What does this say right here? This was a great way to start my morning. Blessed to be in the same Zoom room with Raiders Hall of Famers Charles Woodson and Coach Tom Flores.
Man.
And why you got to do Charles Woodson like this, bro?
Hey, look, it was like that moment because it was like, with Zoom, it flipped back to the one person to the other person to the other person.
Yeah, but in all seriousness, let me go back to us. But in all seriousness, that's pretty dope, bro. I would have been hella happy with that. And I think it's sick. You gotta. Not only did you get to talk to Bruce Arians for the Super Bowl, and not only did you didn't ask him a generic question.
This was a question that needed to be asked, and you look all around the league, and we've seen. Don't get me wrong, we've seen minority coaches, we've seen black coaches, we've seen women. Really, was funny. Bruce Arians was the first coach going back to Arizona to having a majority black staff and having a woman on his staff. You go back now in Tampa Bay, it's the same thing. But you look at he tried, and I understood what he was trying to, I kind of understood it, but he said, just I got good folks on his coaching staff that just happen to be African American or a woman or a Latino. And the thing about it, if you really look at it with this, a whole staff that are black coaches and you having a woman on your staff, it goes back. You think about, we finally have Tom Flores in the Hall of Fame, a pioneer in the Hispanic community that was the first Hispanic if you remember, he was a Hispanic quarterback back in the league, and the first Hispanic as a head coach and won the Super Bowl.
2, right? Or was it?
Yeah. 1? I think it was 2. It was 2.
Yeah.
And so you think about it, you're just like, why did it take this long? And if you heard some of the stuff that was said with the Pro Football Hall of Fame, their little committee, it made you want to slap them.
Yeah, I bet.
I'm not going to get into too many details on that one, but really, it made you want to slap them. But to finally have that, and it just tells you that the league is going to have to really, in a way, kind of step it up.
Yeah, it's definitely. Because
why is it so hard? You looking at Adam Gase. Why is Adam Gase getting a damn job? And he ain't do shit for Miami. He damn sure didn't do shit for the Jets. And you finally get. I'm gonna also put this out there. You had your first Muslim head coach,
Sila?
Robert Saleh.
Yeah.
He should have been a head coach before Adam Gase. And I'm happy that he's gotten a job in New York. The league needs to be seen as more diverse than what we're actually seeing. I mean, everybody's gonna say, "Well, the players." I'm like, "Well, what about the coaches?"
Yeah. It's all aspects of the organization, not just on the field.
Yeah. Absolutely. So it was, that question needed to be asked. So.
Yeah, no, I think it was a great question. It's crazy because Al Davis was kind of a pioneer for this too.
He is. He truly is.
And I don't think people respect him. Oh, I'm not gonna say they don't respect him, but I don't think he gets as much respect in that department as he should.
Yeah, everybody tries to look at it and say, "Well, you got the Rooney Rule." I'm like, get the Rooney Rule.
Look at John Gruden. He just got hired without,
Yeah. Yeah.
Just that way people can't say that we're just biased because we're Raiders fans.
That's true.
But at least there's a backstory. He was once our head coach. But yeah, I agree though. A lot more needs to be done, but some progress is better than no progress, but obviously we need to still see more. And something's better than nothing, but that still doesn't excuse not having better results. Especially when you said Adam Gase. But yeah, I think it's a good way to wrap this up, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Charles Woodson and Tom Flores. Can we top that?
So long story short, we had the NFL honors, and I was looking to interview them then, but apparently they didn't really explain how it was supposed to go. And so I was thinking, like, damn, I missed out on that opportunity to try to talk to them. I said, oh well, I still got Super Bowl Sunday. Let's get it in. Let's get focused. I get a message saying, Phil, get yourself together. We got guys for the Pro Football Hall of Fame on in the Zoom room. So Peyton Manning, John Lynch were in there, Drew Pearson, Tom Flores, and Charles Woodson. And I'm just like, I'm ready to ask any questions. You know, I'm sitting in there, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, even if I don't even get a chance to ask them this question, I'm in the same room with them. I'm in the same presence of these guys. You got a first year ballot getting accepted in, who was by far one of the best defensive backs in the NFL that's ever played, who is the GOAT, and then you have a legend. You have a guy in Tom Flores being a minority in what he had to, with the adversity he had to face. You just think about it, just like, these are guys that have set it up for us, the youth, guys that are in the future, to be able to do certain things. And we should be grateful that we've had them, because they set the path up for us, where it's like, you control your own destiny. You're going to take that path. You want to do it, do it. But you're going to have to work. So just be in that room with them, fill off that energy, it was a blessing.
I'm glad that you got to be part of that experience, because I'm not gonna lie and I'm not gonna say I wasn't jealous. Like you said, they helped pave the way, man.
They did,
and they showed that if you put in work, and that maybe you have to put in even more work, that it can be done. It's possible.
Yeah, and like I said, and that's how I look at it with the platform I'm doing right now. Sooner or later, I'm gonna be able to pave the way where there's gonna be a lot of younger cats that want to do it, or not just younger cats, but just folks that, you know, I want to do it, and I'm gonna do it right.
Yeah, that sounds like a lead by example, right?
Exactly. I'm gonna make sure that if you need advice, if you want to know how to do it right, let me know. My DM's open. I'm willing to chat with you. I'm not gonna be that person like, I'm not gonna help you, because I wasn't treated that way. When someone was willing to help me, I figured, hey, with the knowledge that I gained, let me pass it on. Because we're all in this together. We all want to eat. So let's do it right.
Yes, sir. Well, if you guys want to see how it's done wrong, follow my example.
Now, you're not doing it wrong, man. Right.
That's right. I just wanted to hear you say that. So
Yeah.
I gotta set these up right, bro.
Right.
Because like I said, no one likes to compliment me. No one likes to ask me questions. This is my show too, you know. Like, it's conversation. Mr. Question Asker over there. But so for the people that are watching this live, now is your chance to go ahead and ask Phil Jones something. I don't know how many chances you guys get to ask someone that is involved with the NFL media. So I would say ask a good question. And if it's a dumb question, make it a good one. Because, like I said, how many chances do you get to ask him? He always asks the questions. So, you know, this is a different side. He gets to see how it is. So we're going to take a quick 45-second break. While the people that are watching this, go ahead and ask a question. And like I said, you can decline a question if you want. It hasn't been that bad, so I think you should be fine. But let's take that break.
1, 2, 2, 2, 2. Public service announcement for the people out there listening to this funky ass back album. Check it out.
So we're back, and then before I read any questions, I just want to let you know, people. We're saying, let's see. They said Anna Mendoza, my sister-in-law, said that you lost her during the football talk, but she appreciates the advice as well as the anecdotes. Piece of Us vlog says, "I'm not crying, you are." And then and then Anna Mendoza again said, "Thank you for sharing your story." No one has asked any questions yet. Sometimes it does take long. Maybe no one has asked anything, but I always have a backup plan in case no one asks anything. You know.
All good, all good.
But do you have a question for me?
Where do you plan to take this? Well, I'll put it like this. Jerry, when and where do you see yourself going with this for this year?
For this year?
For this year, next year.
So when? This year and next year. Okay. I would like to say that I'll tell you my future plan. But this year I feel like I'm going to establish a bigger fan base, hopefully. My goal is to get 1 subscriber per episode, but I've kind of been beating that. I don't got the most subscribers, but I appreciate everyone that does subscribe. I just feel like the more people I get on here, the better opportunity I have of getting other people. They could hopefully see that I'm taking this seriously, and I'm trying my best to get different types of people and just different branches of this tree that we call entertainment. This year, I'm hoping I get a bigger, no offense, but I'm hoping I get a more popular, more bigger, more social media, someone that brings more fans to me. I'm going to try my best, but there's no guarantees. Next year, I can't tell you because I'm still new at this and I don't even know what's going to happen this year. What I eventually want, what I'm eventually going to achieve is I want to have this as, find a way to profit off this. Have this as my sole income. That way I don't have to work no more. Whether it be sponsors or monetization. I don't know. I'll figure out a way. I want to eventually do a live tour. I want to do this live. Have it do a little cross-country tour. I have a... I'll probably go to LA. Probably Seattle. I have a spot in Vegas. Ryan Brown from the... what was it? The Royal Jewel? Jeez, I forgot her name of her bar. That's terrible. But she says I can do a live event there. I had her on here. She owns the bar in Vegas. Texas, probably. Florida. New York. So, I probably won't drive. I want to fly. And I just hope to make my channel bigger because I also stream when I play video games and I also do tech reviews.
So, right there, you said you got a spot there in Vegas. 1, right there.
Mm-hmm.
You get your show promoted out there, okay? 2, like I said, if you're looking to try to get in the NFL media, try to start writing some stuff, or make your own blog, and then, try to establish your brand. If you're definitely serious about doing it, do it. The Super Bowl is going to be in LA. If you can find a way to get in, if you can find a way to cover, because sometimes you might have to cover some other events. If you can cover some of those other events and you get yourself out there, whether it's the draft, do it. And if you get that opportunity, if you pull off that I'm a first year guy going to the Super Bowl, hold your show at what's the name of the stadium for the Rams? SoFi.
Yeah, SoFi Stadium, I believe.
Hold it out there.
Even if it's a small venue in LA, just to get that fan base, that local fan base.
Exactly. And there's always a lot of LA Raider fans out there still.
Yeah,
So
most definitely. And I think someone can help me get a venue in LA.
so just doing certain stuff like that. And even if it's not about Raiders
Oh yeah.
or whoever the team is, talk about it. Because there are going to be fans walking around and they're going to want to listen to what you're saying too.
Oh yeah.
So whatever works, if you know you got things lined up, use it. Use it to your advantage. And I'm going to tell you this, it's going to put you in the right direction.
What about for the people not just in the NFL, but any business?
And not even just NFL. It could be entertainment. It could be like, like within like movie reviews and whatnot, or,
Or clothing business,
Yeah. clothing. We had I hope Comic-Con, I hope that comes back, because like they hold like those venues and whatnot there in San Diego, and that's something that you could be getting your show right there to see, because the way I think Sci-Fi Channel has grown, and especially with podcasts and everything, they probably look to add on different talents, so different content. So that's something that getting yourself out there. You have to be willing to take that leap. You have to be willing to take that deep breath and say, screw it, I'm going all in. Let's do it. And like I said, you can't be afraid of rejection. Like, you want to put all in and you feel like you're going to get it, and then you get rejected. If you're a guy or a girl, you want to talk to that hot person, you're like, I want to go all in. I want to be able to do this, that. And then it's like, dude.
You want to know something good about me?
What's up?
So, I always tell myself to try. Worst comes to worst, I'm in the same position I was if I didn't try.
Yeah.
So. And I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it's scary.
It is. It's not. It's not the easy. It is scary. It's scary because you're like, oh shit, am I about to take a huge L? Face rejection,
or just being vulnerable.
Yeah,
putting yourself out there.
So part of you feel a little bit embarrassed and whatnot, but you have to get over it. You got to get over it quick and go to the next person.
That's true.
You gotta be a mover and shaker.
That's true. You know how you were talking about sci-fi? I think I'm trying to get like a person that has their business in like aliens or like supposedly make contact and stuff, because I think that'd be a trippy subject just to see them what they think.
Hey man, it may be a trippy subject, but it's actually entertaining. And yeah. I'm gonna be real. Your folks that be doing like the paranormal stuff, that I've actually been interested in like that kind of content.
Yeah.
So it'll freak out your fan base a little bit, but it'll be like, oh shit, I ain't going there, bruh.
Yeah.
But it's something new. It's something fresh. It's something hot that people want to talk about.
Yeah, and it's different. Like I said, this whole Why Not Me is just to show people that there's just different stuff to make revenue, or just even if you don't make money, just to have as a hobby, just to make you happy in life. And then, so I'm gonna go ahead and read Anna Mendoza's question. What is the number one rule you always follow and have found to help you throughout your journey, either to discipline you or motivate you?
My number one rule: don't underestimate anyone. Don't underestimate Don't underestimate anybody around you. Okay, don't take things lightly. And what disciplined me, is just the steps that I went through my first year. It was just know how to speak to folks, know how to conduct myself, and you'll go a long way. It's just basically your parent like talking in the back of your ear, like, hey, you know how to act. You're representing yourself. You're representing not just yourself, but your family that know you, your friends, and if you're working for a network, you're representing them.
That's pretty dope. Pretty much you are your brand, right?
Yeah.
Sorry that I not simplify them. It's just this is easier for me to understand a little bit. Just
No, I get it. No, like I said, and that's just me. I just break things down
I like it.
where, some folks are like, okay, can you kind of break that down for me? And that's all good, bro.
Yeah, no, and that way people can't twist what you say.
Exactly.
But I don't want you to get in trouble. You've been talking a lot. Hopefully you didn't say anything dumb. I don't think you did, but
Yeah,
but
I don't think so.
right now is the time. Go ahead and plug in any socials, any of your YouTube channels, whatever you want people to find you or to look up for you. This is your chance. You have the spotlight.
You guys can find me on Twitter at Phil Jones NFL. Same as Instagram, Phil Jones NFL. Find me on Facebook at Phil Jones. And for my show, The Unfiltered Truth, you guys can look on YouTube, type in The Unfiltered Truth, subscribe. Any shows that are rated content, entertainment that I've done, or, a little political, I have it all there for you guys to go back and recap and watch. And I have a new show coming on tomorrow, and I'll have a new show Friday night.
Wow. Tomorrow and Friday night. It's quite a schedule.
Yeah.
You're a busy man, huh? That's not even including your day job?
Oh, man. Day job's in a couple hours.
Yeah, I feel you, man. I'm sorry that I kept you up this late.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
You either tied or yours is the longest by a couple minutes. Longest episode.
It's been a long time since I did a long episode like this.
Oh, you had a long story.
Yeah.
But
I was gonna be ready to give it.
that's true. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the spotlight away from him because you can't just shine all by yourself.
Right.
So I appreciate everyone that watched this live. I appreciate everyone that rewatches this once it's rebroadcasted. Give a big round of applause to Phil Jones. He did not have to take his time to be here, but he did. He's a busy man. I'm a busy man, so I'm sure you guys are busy people. But you can go ahead and find me, obviously, Top 3 Entertainment, where I have the Why Not Me podcast. I have the Top 3 Gaming, where I stream me playing video games. And then I'm going to have the Top 3 Tech, where I review tech and talk about tech. You guys are dope. I appreciate everyone that liked. I appreciate everyone that subscribed. I appreciate everyone that shares. I'm not just saying that just to say that because I hate saying this. I wish I didn't, but I got to remind you guys so you guys can do it because it helps me out. Like I said, I eventually want to monetize or find some way. If I want sponsors, I got to show them that people are watching. So, like I said, big round of applause to Phil Jones. I'm going to go ahead and put his socials in the description below. I'm going to put mine down there. So if you guys want to follow us on either Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, whatever he has or what I have, YouTube, you guys can go ahead and follow us down there. You could kind of see us behind the scenes a little bit more that way. And it's just a good time. Phil Jones, everybody.
Appreciate you guys having me on.
No problem. I'm sure everyone had a good time. I'm going to go ahead and end this. So, ending it's always kind of weird because I don't know what to say. But I'm going to hold you for another 45 seconds. Is that okay? And talk to you off screen? And I'll let
All
you go
good,
to bed.
man. All good.